What I say earlier, if you going out just to get over someone or to get with someone, it's like grocery shopping when you hungry.
Yep, exactly. Nothing but snacks.
Nothing but ain't no garden. Hey, what's up, world? Welcome to Garage Talks 5417 podcast. We here with another great episode today. And as you know, I'm your host, Desmond Reynolds, aka The Peacekeeper. I'm sitting here with my great guest today. He's blessing us with our presence, a wise person right here by the name of Silman Estrada from Los Angeles, California. Loves music, comedy. Yes, he does love some comedy. He's a fighter, so boxing. He got a big love for boxing, spending time with his niece and family. And I added this on the intro, one of the most tremendous smiles I ever seen, and just a real one from day one. My guy Silman, what it do?
What's up, bro? How's it going?
It's better now with you, man. Welcome to Garage Talks.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here, man. We get busy, so it's an honor just to have you take some time out.
Of course. You know I wouldn't miss it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Still getting into it, man. I always like to tell people how me and my friends crossed paths. We met over in high school.
Well, we met in Kenzie School.
Oh,
so
shoot.
all the way back. Yeah.
Oh, man. I was hoping you remind me of something.
I remember you called me one time. It was during the summer, and you told me, hey, bro, did you remember going to Kenzie? I'm like, yeah, how'd you know? And you're like, I just saw a picture of us, this and that. So
shoot.
I remember we went back then, because I remember high school, too. I saw you, and I was like, where did I see this kid? Like, I've seen this kid somewhere, but I just don't know where. Mm-hmm. And then it was from, like, all the way back to elementary school. So
that's awesome, man. Go back like 2 seats in the Cadillac, man.
I know, right?
I gotta say, that's so cool. When we realized that too, I was like, man, because we vibed in high school, so you know how that was.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, you're still one of like the coolest people I've met. You're like my brother, straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah, so I mean, you're the type of person that we can definitely not talk to like in months or even like a year or two, and then when we see each other, it's like nothing ever happened.
That part.
So that's definitely something I appreciate about you.
Absolutely. And likewise, you know, I just know with you, like it's so cool because still people just don't have this. What you have, Silman, is just you're consistent. Mm-hmm. You're the consistent dude. And if I had to look at my friend group or family group, you an anchor, man. You an anchor in my life. I know I could call Silman Estrada if I need anything, and I'm going to be good. If I need to call to laugh, vent, someone to help me fight, I could call Silman. Anything, man. And, you know, I always appreciate that about you because you're just a real family member. So thank you, man.
I appreciate that. It makes me feel good.
Most deaf. I was listening to a Fabulous song, and he says something like, don't honor the time of a relationship, honor the production of one. Yep. And I was like, man, this dude produced for me. So
I got you, bro, always.
Most deaf. Thank you, fam. Thank you, man. So tell me, how's 2024 been for you? How's life been going?
It's been good. I just started a new job, and that's been going pretty good. So I've been focusing on that, and then just focusing on my relationship. My niece, she just turned 1. She's my everything. She's my world. I never knew I could take a bullet for someone until I met her.
Dang, okay.
She's made my entire year 100% better. So just focusing on family too, and then just trying to be a better person than I was yesterday, you know?
Absolutely. So, that's that part right there, trying to be better than yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Man, it'd be a marathon, Sil, I tell you.
Always. Marathon continues.
Man, that part, man, it do. I'd be on a good streak, and then I'd be like, sometimes inherently, I'm like, dang, something bad coming. How do I counter?
But see, you can't manifest that, though. You can't put that out there, because my dad always said, whatever you put out there is going to come back. My dad said, he's like, you know, when you say stuff like that, it's like spitting in the air. When you spit in the air, it comes right back to you. So you can't just, you know, be always negative, because you have a bad day, and then what's going to happen? You're going to be like, what else is going to happen? Then you're looking for that bad day. So once you're looking for that, you're going to find it.
Most definitely.
You know? So,
I agree. You think a lot of people do that?
100%. 100%. You can tell, too, by the people that have something ruin their day, and then all of a sudden someone's punching back, or they're taking it out on everybody. If I get a bad day, everybody gotta have a bad day.
Absolutely.
You know, or just people yelling at you for no reason. You're like, I didn't even do anything to you. Like, why are you yelling at me for? You know? So
For
it's
real.
just like a lot of people don't realize that once you look for that, you're gonna find it.
Absolutely.
You know?
So still that's true. I think even when bad things do happen to us, it's like, how do we counter them? I think most of the time bad things happen, right?
Yep.
How do we react to it though?
From my personal experience, it's not about the problem, it's about the solution. If you focus on the problem, you're never going to find a solution.
Most definitely.
Everything has a solution to it, regardless if it's small, big, and regardless if you don't like it. That's the one problem that I think people have.
Right.
If you don't like the solution, it's still a solution. You know, 4 plus 4 or 2 plus 2 equals 4, but so does 3 plus 1.
Absolutely.
You can't sit there and just be like, okay, I need to do it like this and like this. No, there's so many other different solutions to solve that problem.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolute. And Silman, I mean, with this podcast, as you know, it's a safe space. So we talk about any and everything here. And so, you know, me and you, we going to get into the weeds of everything. And on that topic, I know first I'm going to extend my condolences to you. You lost a family member up late.
yeah, I lost a family member Tuesday.
How does Silman grieve from that? How does he deal with it?
I understand, as in life happens. We can't really stop it no matter what. Something happens to me, the world's going to keep spinning.
Most definitely.
And the best thing I could do is just be there for my family, be there for my aunt. She's in Mexico. My cousin who passed away in Mexico. Situation right now, I can't go over there to the funeral. But it's just something that we understand that it's life, and we got to just keep pushing. Because if we don't, we're going to end up just going down.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It's just, like I said, just keep pushing.
For sure. What part of Mexico is the family in?
Nayarit.
Nayarit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's close to Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
A little
man.
bit closer to Sinaloa.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
Was Cuzzo young, man?
She was 17.
17.
17. She died from a sickness. Yep.
Oh my God.
It's hard because for where we're from, we don't really have that much resources. So if someone gets sick or if someone needs aid, we have to go out of the rancho and go to a bigger city and get the help that we need.
Wow.
Even with like groceries or something, if we need groceries, we need to go to a bigger city and get them. And it's kind of normal over there to do that.
Wow. And so if you're in the hometown, how far is that? Like, how far is a drive to the?
I think so. Where my parents are from, they're from San Cayetano. That's where it happened, and the drive is to the peak, so it'd be like an hour, maybe 2. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, and she didn't make it towards where she was supposed to go.
Man, my condolences, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My family, we're all there for my aunt right now, and we're definitely we're praying for her. So
Most deaf.
yeah.
Most deaf, man. But yeah, that's just one thing I've learned. I've had having a large family. That's what's tough. You deal with grief more and more. And with me, one thing I think I learned is it's kind of like, it's like I picture it like a circle of all of us holding hands. And then when you lose one of them, that empty space, it sucks, right? But like the circle gets tighter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or it should get tighter.
Yeah.
There's some families where it's like, nah, I ain't holding your hand. But
Yeah. No, definitely.
You know.
And I feel like that's true because, I mean, it's hard. I'm Mexican American, but I grew up getting to know my family over the phone, not like face to face like a lot of like normal people. Like I would speak to my grandpa over the phone. I only met my grandpa 3 times in my entire life. I'm 32.
Wow.
And so actually 4 times. The first time I didn't remember because I was really young. I was born in 92. We went to Mexico in 94. So I don't remember that. But the 3 other times, 2 times he came over here. I can go over there, but there's obviously, I can't just go every month, you know, finances and stuff like that, work, campus work and all that.
Absolutely.
And so I grew up like that, just talking to my family over the phone. And it was hard. I thought that was normal because I thought it was a normal life. And then compared to like my friends, like my white friends, American friends or something like that, like it's just like, you tell them, oh, I only talked to my grandpa this many times, but I've never met him. Only met him twice. So they're like, look at you crazy, like what?
Right.
And it's kind of like a normal lifestyle for us Mexican Americans, especially when I don't like using the term illegal aliens, but definitely when your parents aren't documented.
Gotcha.
Now where it's a little bit different, my dad's documented, and we're definitely working on my mom's process. But like I said, it's a whole different lifestyle, and it's different because we can't just, I can't go up to my grandma and hug her, and I can't. They're in a whole different country, So it's definitely it's hard, but as a family, we learn to work with it.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It is crazy to hear. My grandparents live here, and it's like, when you make me want to drive over to my grandmother's house right now because they just down the street.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's hard because when my grandpa passed 2 years ago, and my grandma passed away 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and my mom didn't get to say bye to them because she had to choose either between stay here with us and, be here with us or go say her last goodbyes and not come back. And so obviously she had to choose. So she chose to stay with us. So, I mean, there's a little guilt in there because know that they came over to the country for a better opportunity.
For sure.
And so you knew that they did something for you and you can't really mess that up for them, But at the same time, it's because kind of like, I can't imagine not saying bye to my parents if they passed.
That part.
And that, like, I have the utmost respect for my parents for that.
For sure.
So
it definitely, with all those challenges to see family members, yet again, there's people whose family lives down the street and their love is not even close as what yours is. So that's just a testimony of how strong the family bond is. That's huge, Sil.
My mom's always put that family is everything. Family, since we were kids, the two things that she instilled in us is you're going to speak Spanish in this household and family's everything, no matter what. And we've always lived by that. We grew up very poor. We grew up not having a lot, but we know that family is more important than anything else.
Absolute. Got to honor them. That's the same with us, even though, and they're going to listen to this, my cousins will make me so mad, bro. Like if you want to know who gets under my skin, it's my family, my cousins. And it's because I love them so much, right?
Yep.
But them brothers, man. And I keep coming back. It's like that Chingy songs. Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me. And them brothers, I love them. But you're right. Family, no matter what I try to do, in the end of the day, family definitely always makes me feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Makes me feel like, okay, we're going to be okay. The world's on fire, but we got each other.
I can be there for you, but not the way that your family can.
Man.
And that's the whole part that my mom's always taught us. That my brothers and my brother and I, we were really close. My sisters and I, we were pretty close too, but now that we're older, we get it. We get the whole, like, we're cool with each other now, it's the whole thing where it's like you grew up with this person, you don't like this person, but then when you get older, you're like, all right, this person's pretty cool.
This person works out. I gotta say, because I was involved in the Hispanic community a lot for like 6.5 years. Me and my ex, God bless her.
Honorary brother.
I was involved, and I gotta say, mate, the culture, it seemed like in the Hispanic community, y'all ain't got no drama, man. Like I would come to the parties and the cookouts. This be for the 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And everyone laughing and vibing. But when my ex would tell me, like, nah, see these two right here, they don't like each other. Yeah. I'd be like, what? I can't tell. What's up with that, Sil? Like, you gotta tell the world, like, what's up with that? Because I look and I'd be like, why can't my family get together like this? And she's like, nah, they beefing.
At the end of the day, we got our problems. We're beefing, but we're family. That's the thing. At least for my family, we can be mad at each other and not talk to each other, but my mom's kind of like the boss of everybody because my mom's the only one that from her sisters that's over here.
Oh, wow.
And so all of my cousins came over here, and so my mom will grab both of them by the ears and be like, "You guys talk it out,
figure it out."
Like, all right, so we'll talk it out.
How many sisters your mom got?
6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 6
okay.
And then 4 brothers.
Got you. 6 including her?
Yeah, she's the youngest.
She's the youngest,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
And she's the only one in the States?
Yeah, she's the only one in the States. We have 2 of them have their visas, so they're come and visit and stuff like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so they'll come and visit sometimes, but even then, I mean, it's pretty hard seeing my mom just seeing her sisters every, 10, 20 years.
Man.
So it's just like, you can't really... I couldn't imagine not seeing my brother
for
that long,
Yes.
Especially if my father passed away or my mom passed away, and not be able to hug your siblings and, be there for them, or at least my mom being the smallest or the youngest and her needing her siblings. It's just like there's no amount of pain that you can like sit there and be like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. Like
For sure.
to this day, you can just still see it in my mom's eyes, where it's like you kind of, like I said, you kind of blame yourself for it, because you're like, if it wasn't for you, or if it wasn't for me and her wanting us giving a better life, she would have been able to say bye. But at the end of the day, like she said, I chose what I needed to choose, and that's better for you guys, because you guys come first, regardless if it is my parents.
Absolutely.
Like you guys come first. And I'm like, that was always one of my goals for myself, is like, that's why I've never been to jail, never done any of that type of stuff, because every time, like, even if it was something stupid in the club, like somebody bump into me, first thing is like, what's your problem, And then I always hear my mom's voice every time, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you know what, bro, have a good night, my bad. Step away, like this and that. Or be like, hey, one of my friends, let's go do this real quick. I'm like, all right, I'm down. And then my mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you know what, I can't, bro.
Can't
let's go. Like, nah, I'm good. I'll stay this one out.
For sure.
And like everything I do is for them. And like,
That's
obviously
huge.
my life's not for them, but like everything I do, as in staying out of trouble, is because they sacrificed. They made a bigger sacrifice for me.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely, I always keep them in my thoughts.
That's huge.
For sure. Oh yeah.
I love that, because you got the honor code.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love doing this podcast, because it's like I just learned that about you. Like, I wonder, how does Silman stay so stoic? How does Silman stay so calm? How does he stay out of trouble? Yo, mama, man.
You tell me, I'm gonna call police. I'm like, call everybody. I'm gonna call your mom. Like, no, don't.
Don't do that part.
Please,
that part, for real. That's how it is with my dad. My mom be like, I'm calling your dad. I'm like, no. But nah, real talk, that's huge, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I love that about you. Because it's the same for me. My parents, they sacrifice so much. And just that word sacrifice is so enriched with like, hey, you got to honor that, man.
100%. And people don't realize it. Like, people just think, oh, you come over here for a better life, and that's pretty much it. But you don't think the depth of it. You don't think about, like, I've always said, a lot of people don't have the balls to do what my parents did.
Absolutely.
Leave their parents behind, leave their family members behind, leave their culture, leave their, their friends, everybody they grew up with, all that.
Right.
And how would you feel, say if you found out there's opportunity in Japan or something,
That part.
and you go to Japan with not knowing the language, not knowing anybody over there, leaving your parents here and not be able to come back and seeing them, taking that risk because you know that your kid is going to have a better life over there. And it's just like, a lot of people don't think about it that way. They just see like the whole political side of it and being like, oh, they're just over here for this.
Absolutely.
Or they're here to take our stuff. Like, we're not here to take your stuff.
Like, nah.
Like, we're not about that. Like, we work for our stuff.
That
like,
part.
So like, and even then, like, Mexicans are known to work hard. So it's like, we're here to work hard. That's it. Like,
and then when we hit that retirement, we going back home chilling. Man, I feel that. And I love it, man. The hard work. I had times where, and again, back to my ex, I would help the family. They said, hey, we going to paint our house. I'll tell you this story. So they were painting their house. I said, we get a lunch break? You can ask all of them. And they looked at me, and I was like, look, man, I just need some food. I need a little break. And they said, Desmond, you painted this little piece of the ceiling right here. And I was like, man, I respect that.
Oh, tell me about it, bro. Like, us is like spring break and stuff.
Oh,
we never got spring break. We never got winter break.
Because you're working back
So we
with
were
the
working
fam.
with my dad like all the time, bro. With everything. Like, I remember growing up, I hated it. Like, spring breaks coming. Like, what are you doing? Like, talking to my friends.
For real.
And like my friends like, oh, we're going skiing, or we're going this, we're going to this state, we're going over here to this house, or to like some cabin or something. And then I'm over here like, I'm helping my dad clean the yard. Like, we're not doing any of that. Like, there's no break in our house. I'm thankful for it though. I'm thankful.
Did it teach you a lot?
A lot, bro.
Teach you.
If it wasn't for my dad, he was the best example in my life. My dad grew up without a dad, and he's just probably the best out of like I could think of.
Wow.
And he obviously there's a little lack of emotions and stuff, a little machismo in there. It's like a little Mexican thing.
Yep.
But now that he's older, he realizes that it's okay to show like little feelings towards us and stuff, and he's doing it now. But like my dad, I didn't have a cell phone in high school until I was a senior, and only because I had a job.
That's why I couldn't reach out to you.
Yeah.
I still hit my line.
That's the only reason is because I had a job. And like my dad, he never handed anything out to us. And not because he was a bad person. He just wanted us to learn how to be us and like be men and how to make sure that we're okay.
Right.
And so because of that, because of those lessons, I tell my girl all the time, like, hey, there's times where we don't got money, but our bills are paid. That's it.
That part.
You know, or we're not, you know, I'm not like with these other dudes where they get paid and go straight to the bar or something.
That part.
Start drinking or waste my money at some strip club.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get paid, and the first thing I tell my girls is, hey, what do we got to pay?
Right.
And we pay my bills, and that's it. And then if we have a little bit left over, let's go have some lunch or something. And so thanks to my dad, he's showed me all that. He used to actually in high school, he would give me his debit card, and I would hate it because he'd be like, go pay my bills. And I'm like, why you gotta pay your bills, bro? I was like, man, you can do that, you know? I'm like, you got a card and everything. He's like, take my card, go pay my bills. I'm like, all right. But thanks to that, every time I get paid, I pay my bills. So
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So I'm like, all right.
You know I.
So I mean, like I said,
do
it was one of those things where it's like I didn't understand, but now that I'm older, I definitely understand why they did a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely.
I'm thankful for that.
That's huge, mate. That's why you my boy. I feel you. I was telling people the other day, Des, you coming out? You going with us? No, I'm not going. I said, I got the mortgage paid. Yeah, the lights are on.
Exactly.
I'm eating. I got a new puppy, man. We all good. Our bellies are filled. I said, I paid too much and I worked too hard. I got the lights on to this podcast, man. I was like, I worked too hard to go waste it on just this, man. I can't. Exactly. I want to be home. My bills are paid. Yep. I want to be home. Exactly. I worked too hard for this, man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, even then, there's a song, I forgot what it's called, but it was like, he says, you know, fuck going to jail, I got bills to pay.
That part.
I always feel that. I'm like, 100%. I got bills to pay, bro.
That part.
Like, I'm not letting my family starve because y'all want to go party.
That, man.
Like you're not gonna come over and pay my light bill.
Right,
so
right.
I'm like, nah, I'm chilling, bro. Maybe next time, you know.
Now, Sil, you and I both, yet again, safe space. We were in the party scene a little bit.
Oh yeah,
we was. So we, you know, and I definitely know we can speak from experience, and I know you can. I know I can. When do you think it hit you though? Like you were like, yo, what made you realize like, yo, I'm good now? Was it age? Was it you and your lady coming together? Was it a moment? Like what made you go, you know what? All what you just said. What made you just react?
It was one of the moments where not a lot of people know this because I didn't really tell anybody, but I got roofied one time.
What?
So I got roofied at Taylor's, and it was a drink meant for one of my homegirls.
Still real quick, world, if you don't know what roofie is, someone threw a pill in there. They shot a jump shot, and it went in the cup.
And I took it, and I took a straight, just a sip of it. Just a sip, and two of my homegirls ended up blacking out. I remember being in the club, drinking, taking a sip, and then I remember I blacked out. I was walking down the street. Mm-hmm. I blacked out again. I saw my truck. I blacked out. And then I saw myself in the seat trying to turn on my truck. Mm-hmm. And then I blacked out. I came to because my body was fighting it.
Off a sip?
Off a sip, yeah. And so I'm like, I was sitting there in my truck, and then I felt somebody grab me and pull me out the truck. And then I blacked out. And then I came to, and someone was telling me, where do you live? Where do you live? What? And then I told him my address.
Right.
And then I remember blacking out again and then coming to, throwing up. And I looked to the side, and it was one of my homegirls. She saw me leave the club stumbling. Wow. So shout out to her. She's the one that grabbed me, took me home. And then the next morning, bro, I felt so bad. I felt like I got punched everywhere.
Sealed, for real?
For real. And it was just so bad. And so I ended up hitting my homegirls up, the ones that gave me the drink, and they said the same thing happened to them.
That's so foul.
And so it happened to them. And then I kind of slowed down after that. You don't really think about it. You think it'll never happen to you. But you kind of just sit there and like think about, you know, a lot of can gone wrong. What if I would have drove? What if I was walking, I hit by a car? What if I got mugged? What if I got all my stuff taken? Stuff like that.
Sure.
So I slowed it down after that. I was still in this party scene, but I slowed down 100%.
Got you.
And I didn't get drunk. I didn't take people's drinks. I never like, hey, you want to sip? No, I'm good. I'm good. All this type of stuff. And then it just started to get to the point where I started realizing that I got big. Like I got really big, bigger than I ever got in my entire life. And
put
like
on that
usually
weight,
I
yep.
used to work out like a lot.
Yep.
And it got to a point where I noticed that I needed to stop when I was walking upstairs and I got tired. I was just like, I can't breathe, bro. I'm about to call somebody because somebody can help me.
Sale, you get dang it, Sale.
And I was just like, nah, bro, I'm drinking too much. I'm partying too much. I'm getting like 3-4 hours of sleep. There's times where I'm hanging out with people and like I look outside, the sunset's coming up. And I'm like, I've been partying all night. I don't do drugs, but obviously I'll drink and stuff like that. So it was just a bunch of liquor, alcohol, just, eating a lot and stuff like that.
How old were you around that time?
I was like 22, 23.
22, 23.
So it was like new to the scene. But then I started cutting down a lot. I would get a little buzz going. And then when I got my buzz, I'd stop.
Okay.
And then it was never a problem for me. It was never like I need a drink or something like that. It was just like with the homies, drink a couple, beers here and there, some liquor, and then just stop, And then it just got to a point where I was like, it's kind of old, I'm more in my health. I'm getting to the age where, I need to start focusing on what I need to do in my life, better myself. It was fun, all the homies that I see and partying and stuff. It was fun, bro. Met a lot of people, cool people, but definitely had to just sit back and focus on my health.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I tell people like with us, like we both 32, I say we just in the prime of our lives. We in the prime.
100%.
We just not young enough to do stupid stuff no more.
Exactly.
That's all it
agree,
is.
Bro. My birthday night, I went out, I drank a little bit, got my little buzz on. Next morning, woke up huge hungover. I was just hungover, bro. Hungover. I couldn't do it no more. I told my girl, I was like, we're not doing this again. She's like, all right.
For sure. Next year, we're chilling. Yeah. Hey, I know those 2 Modelos we had before this. I was like, man, I'm sitting here rocking my legs. I'm like, man, it's cool. It's for me, like I'll have a drink around people I love and trust.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm blessed in this room to look around. I got Silman Estrada right here sitting with me. As I said in the prayer, his lady. I got my team, Joe and Kevin, my family. I got my mom's in the back. Like, okay, I can have a drink. I'm in a safe space. I'm chilling. So, for sure, you just got to pick and choose your battles.
Exactly. And it's one of those things, too. You got to choose who you drink with, too, because you never know. You always got to. Every group has that one homie that drinks too much, and then you're in an altercation outside. Man. And it's just like, nah, we can't. Like, for me, I was like, I got to sit back. It's not that I was in a lot of altercations, but I was definitely in a lot of, nah, bro, chill out. Just let it be, this and that, It is what it is. Like, they just looked at you funny. That's it. Like, they're not saying nothing, bro. Just chill out, Just stuff like that. And for me, it's just like, there was one time I got into a fight, and it was because one of my friends ended up doing something dumb, but it was kind of racially motivated from the other side. Ooh. So it's just like, it's something that was just couldn't let go. And so we ended up getting down or whatever, but it wasn't anything crazy. Like, it was just 4 of them, and there was like 6 of us. And so we just kind of how to handle something because it got brought to that point.
Absolutely.
And I'm not a violent person. I don't like confrontation whatsoever. I hate confrontation. Even though I know how to defend myself, I hate confrontation. I don't like it. It ruins the vibe. It ruins everything. Everyone's like, oh, you talking to my homeboy like that? Like, like I said, there's times where in the club, even I'll bump into somebody, watch where you're going. Oh, my bad, bro. Hey, have a good night. Be safe. You too. And it's like how many times I've stopped myself from getting into a fight because I was just like, oh, my bad. Yep. And I didn't let my ego get into me. Like, what'd you say? Part. So it's just like, even then, like I said, I know how to defend myself. And I'm not sitting here trying to be like, oh, I'm a tough guy. Nah, bro. Right. I'm just like everybody else. If it comes down to it, you put me against the wall, I'll defend myself. But if I have a chance to walk away, I'll walk away. Man. 100%.
That's why you my boy 10 toes down, man.
Always.
Straight up. That's what it is. It's so true. The going out to the bars and the club, like I observe it, and it's just like it's a lot of trouble out there.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's a lot of trouble. There's people who's heartbroken out there. Yep. People who's angry. I mean, what you think about that? I know you see that because you said you slow down. So when you slow things down, I'm a basketball player. When I slow down in the game, I see different things.
Exactly.
So going out, what you think?
Exactly. No, it's true 100% because you never know now these days. Like you said, there's heartbroken everywhere. You go out there, you dance with a girl, and then it turns out her ex is there watching. Hey, bro, you dance with my girl? Hey, look, bro, she asked me.
Like, she asked me.
Like, whatever y'all
They not like
have.
us is playing. What I'm supposed to do?
Like, I'll dance with my homeboy right now. Like, no, but it's true, bro.
For real,
like, just stuff like that. And it's just like, you never want to trip out because, like, you've seen the news. People die over some stupid stuff.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's not worth it. Like I said, ego gets in front of everything. And, like, once your ego gets in there, you can't just sit back and be like, you know what? This is not like, oh, I'm a man. They disrespected me.
Absolutely.
So what, bro?
Right.
Step back. You're going to see your family tomorrow. That's all that matters. And that's what I think about it now that I have a niece. Like, now that I have a niece, it's just like, I'm always on protective mode when I'm with her. But, like, outside, I'm like, you know, I think about the things that I used to do, like, with my friends and stuff like that, or just dumb things. And I'm like, why did I do that? Or I'm like, I could have been seriously injured if I would have, like doing donuts in a parking lot. Like, why would I even do that now? Like, that's tires that I need to pay for. Like, I don't got that money.
You start getting more logical. Exactly. I mean, start thinking about it.
Exactly.
I feel that.
I'm like, this gas, and you know how much gas is these days, bro? Like, no, I can't waste that.
That part. It's true, Sil. It's true. It's crazy. Our last guest, Chris, he said that when you got loved ones, you can't be selfish. Pride is the devil. Yep. You can't just worry about yourself. You got to worry about the loved ones around you. And that's why it's key to remember that. So it's crazy to hear you say that about you and your niece. Be like, yo, I got someone I love to death right here. I can't be selfish doing just me.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm an example for her. Why wouldn't I want to be in a good lifestyle? You know, why would I want to walk that straight line? Especially if I got this 1-year-old looking up to me. Straight. And like out of all the siblings, like shout out to my siblings, but I know she loves me more. But she's always comes up to me, hugs me, wants me to play with all that type of stuff. Right. So it's like, even with that, it's just like, why would I want her to look at me as anything than a good uncle, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's huge. That's huge. It's crazy how it's such a talent to really, in the moment of something, you out and about, you in a situation, a conflict, to really take a step back and be like, is it worth it? Is the reaction worth it? Is it? Yeah. Or do I just? It's hard, bro. Yes, it's hard. Younger me would have definitely just started swinging, not saying anything. I had very bad anger problems. I'm talking about very bad anger problems. Even the point where I would, like, my mom and dad would not know what to do with me. Really? And, like, to the point where, like, people, like, everyone's like, oh, you're so nice. You're like, you never beef with nobody. You're always smiling. And I'm like, because I used to know what it felt like to be angry all the time. And so for me, like, it's not worth it, bro. Like, it's not worth what it comes with. It just comes with destruction. Right. And, like, destruction and chaos. Why would I want to live that type of lifestyle when I can be at peace, you know? So it's like, being at peace is like costs nothing, but destruction costs everything, you know? And even then, why would somebody like my girlfriend want to be with me? Why would my friends want to be friends with somebody like that? You know, and it's not even like, I like genuinely, like deep down, I don't care what people think about me. But even then, you can't really say, you know, like, you don't care what people think about you, because first impressions are everything. If I come around and, you know, and you meet me and I'm this chaotic guy and like I'm just nothing but trouble, you're not gonna want to hang out with me. You don't want to be friends with me. Like, that's not something that I'm willing to be friends with, you know, especially if you're at peace. Gotcha. There's a saying that goes, people that are at peace, like, be careful with them, because they're 100%, like, they're willing to drop anybody and anyone for their peace. And it's true, 100%. Yes. Like, you're not going to ruin this for me. Like, I'm at peace. My girl's at peace. My life's at peace. That's all I need, you know? Absolutely. My family's at peace. And if you want to ruin that, you're out. Like, there's no coming back from that, you know? For sure. So it's true. And it's funny too, though, because people will test that. They get jealous of that piece because they haven't learned it. Yep. They don't know better. They got demons. So your piece is anger and their demons. We all got our demons, but I'm just saying, like, they see you chilling. A stoic is kind of a word I feel with you. Is just, you're stoic, you've been through it, but you still at peace. It's like, man, it's crazy. People poke the bear just to try to get reaction. And it's hard coming to realization that you're at peace. It's hard because all the things that I had to go through myself just to get to the point where I'm at, getting to know myself, getting to know my fears, getting to know my emotions, what pisses me off, what doesn't, all that, and then have somebody just come in and ruin that. Nah, bro, you're not gonna do that. Yeah, you ain't worth it. Yeah, no, that's like you're out the door. And even then, one door closes, two more open. So it's like,
That part.
yeah. So
So true. I love that, Seal. I love it, mate. That's a gem right there. It's true. People gotta learn to get peace, man. It's
100%.
it's so worth it. So when things are feeling hectic in life, a lot adds up on you. What's your getaway? How does Silman get away and be like, all right, let me recharge this way?
For one, my girl, she's always hold it down for me 100%.
Okay.
So when I'm not thinking straight, she's thinking straight for me.
Gotcha.
So she's the one that's like, hey, calm down. You know, you're cool. You're collective. We're good. You don't, it doesn't matter. We're good. We have this. We have that. We have a roof over our head.
Those
That's
reminders.
one of the things for sure.
For sure.
The second one is definitely the gym. I've always been a gym rat, even though I've been on and off for the past 2 years because I was in the car accident.
Yes.
And so like that was definitely a big setback. But after that is definitely boxing. Boxing has took me other places where I don't think I've ever been with anything else, for sure.
That's what I hear a lot with people. I hear boxing really do that, man.
It does, man. Like when you think that you're on top of the world and you go into a gym and someone kicks your ass, you kind of sit back and be like, all right, maybe I wasn't that guy.
Okay, yes.
So and even then, it's just like it makes you think, because like even the coaches are like, we're not here to fight people. We're here to learn something.
Right,
in
right.
Art. This is an art. And like my boxing coach straight up told me, the first thing that I'm going to tell you right now is if we hear that you're fighting out in the street, you're out.
Really?
So there's no coming back from that. You're not welcome in the gym. And I was like, okay. And I had to learn how to control my anger because of that.
Wow.
And even then, you have to learn how to control your anger, because you don't win fights if you're angry. You don't fight with emotion. You fight with, technique and stuff.
Okay.
And so even that, it's just like, that was another thing where I was like, okay, I need to get my anger straight.
For sure.
So that helped a lot, for sure.
Dang. When did you start boxing?
I started boxing like 2014.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was more on and off. I've never competed. I don't consider myself a boxer because I never competed. But I like to tell, like, if people ask me, I'll be like, I like to, practice the art of boxing. So definitely, for sure.
Hey, you learned them kicks too. Remember at Forever Strong?
Yeah. I did Muay Thai for about 1.5 years. And then that was pretty cool. But boxing has always had like something for me. So I always went back to it. Yeah.
Dang, man. Them kicks you through, Sil. I still makes my forearm hurt just thinking about it, man. You said, Des, can you hold this for me? He said, bow. I was like, bruh, I can't do this much longer. He's weighing on me. He's weighing. But yes, it's true, man. Yeah, I was going back to being out. I think that's such a big subject because it's such a thing a lot of people do, younger, middle age, whatever. Just going out, it's just, I feel like everyone thinks that's the solution to problems. Don't get me wrong. You meet cool people out there.
Yeah.
Everything in moderation, right? But in the end, you gotta find your happiness elsewhere, not
100%.
just out drinking and this and that. I go out, have some fun, but moderation.
It's okay to have fun, There's okay to have fun, but if you're going out trying to get over someone or do stuff like that, you're looking in the wrong place.
What I say earlier, if you're going out just to get over someone or to get with someone, it's like grocery shopping when you hungry.
Yep, exactly. Nothing but snacks.
Nothing but. Ain't no garden.
So damn well you need those veggies. Start getting those snacks.
Settling for candy and stuff. It's true though. So whoever's listening and watching this, definitely just don't. That's not your solution. Fix yourself, take care of you, and then
exactly
go from there. You gotta be in control of you first before you can control a situation. I guess I would say. That's wild, man. Still switching back, man. Going back to Hispanic culture real quick, because I had this question I had to ask you. Food wise, what's some of your favorite food if your mom was cooking and she's like, Sil, what you want, Sil? I got the oven ready. What you want?
Bro, I'm a big fan of mariscos, the seafood.
Oh, okay.
Seafood. Where my parents are from, they're coastal.
Okay.
So we grew up on seafood. Seafood isn't normal for us, 100%. Like meat for us is kind of like we eat it, but it's just like that's like not everyday thing, you know.
Gotcha.
So ceviche, aguachile.
I was just gonna ask, ceviche be hitting.
I make some bomb ass. I'll make some for you someday. Some
I think you have. I want to say,
I was
but
like, I got
yes,
you.
yeah, make me so.
Some
Please.
aguachiles. I love menudo, pozole. Just honestly, bro, like that's the reasons why I can't get fit. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That's one of the reasons I can't get fit. It's because it's the food that my mom makes.
For sure. The most I ever weighed was that time period when I was, most I ever weighed. I remember. I said, whoo, I'm eating good. Whoo.
Yeah, bro. It's nice. I love it. And it's better. Like, I was, out of all my siblings, I was the one that was always in the kitchen with my mom.
Okay.
So I got that down for her. My girl loves the fact that I cook. So she's always like,
That's
cook me
awesome.
this. I'm like, all right, I got you.
That's awesome. Sure.
Yeah.
Y'all about to be married soon. Sure. You cooking? Shoot.
She tells me all the time, she's like, I'm going to propose to you.
That's awesome. I love that, man. Gosh, man. Yeah, I need some ceviche still. I miss that, man.
Say when and I got you.
All right, bad. Before this hot weather leaves us, let's say that. We got about a month, so we get ceviche. Yeah. Gosh, I just can't even get over. I'll be honest. I didn't know better with tacos until I was invited to like a Mexican household. Like I didn't know. Like I admit, I'm gonna put myself out there. I thought Taco Bell was for real.
Swear. Damn, bro, I'm about to leave right now.
I admit it, man.
Bro.
It was humiliating. I can't even say it. It was so sad. They were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, man. I got put on to street tacos and real tacos." Blew
LA
my mind.
tacos hit different, huh?
I hit different, man. It's official now.
We're going to September, and that's the first thing I'm waiting for. I was like, I'm going straight to Taco Truck.
Man.
Get some tacos. Hell yeah.
Y'all going in September, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, bad.
Yeah, I'm taking my dad to a Dodger game.
Oh, that's what's up.
He loves Dodgers. He took my grandpa. I never met my grandpa, but he took my grandpa to Dodger game, and that was the last Dodger game he went to. So we're taking him in September.
Got you.
So yeah.
Dang, Sil, that's awesome. Yeah, man. Making me hungry here. Making me hungry. Sil, on another thing too, with the culture, do you ever encounter? Because like I notice sometimes I've encountered some people like someone that like with Hispanics. You ever notice like some of them are like whitewashed or yeah.
It's definitely. I mean.
Is that like an identity thing? Is they trying to fit in?
It's an identity thing
that?
for sure. I recently just learned about myself. Not recently, but I've always been like learning about. I love history, so I learned a lot about myself. A lot of it has to do with either they don't know where their family's from or their identity or where they come from. But most of it does kind of have to do with the settings that they're around. So, for instance,
what you mean by that? Yeah.
Like I went to Springfield High. I had a lot of Hispanic friends, but I also had a lot of white friends. So like being around them, it was kind of like you try to fit in with them. So you kind of like put yourself in that position where they talk about certain things and, you know, your family does it. And you're like, oh yeah, like for sure, you know, or you trying to like, you know, stick with their lingo or stuff like that. And I truly believe it's an identity thing too, because for me, like if you don't know who you are, you're going to try to fit in somewhere. You know, and like I said, I learned a lot of recent things about myself. Like I'm from LA, so like the whole Chicano culture over there is big, and so a lot of over there, like some people might think like, oh, you dress like a gangster cholo, but in reality, it's the style and lifestyle that they have over there.
Most definitely,
you know, and so it comes down to a whole like even with like music and stuff. Like I listen to a lot of oldies, you know, and like I thought that I only like oldies because it was just something that I liked, but in reality it was because it was part of the culture. For sure. And so like I feel like a lot of people don't know who they are and they try to fit in with a lot of other people that they think that they're like that.
Fit. Is that like so like for me, so let me ask you, like if you're growing up in a Latino household though, wouldn't you kind of get where you come from? Or
sometimes it all depends, because even then my parents always told me that I'm Mexican regardless, and they've always said you're Mexican no matter what. And so it was a lot of my white friends that they don't understand that, because they're like, you were born in California, you're American. And I'm like, well, I'm American, but you also got to look at me. I'm not white, I'm brown. I'm Mexican American. You know, I have two cultures. And even then it's kind of hard because I know a lot of people can relate. It's kind of like the Selena movie where they're like, you know, you're too American for the Mexicans, but you're too Mexican for the Americans.
I just heard about that.
You're trying to fit in somewhere, you know? And so even then that can confuse a lot of people.
Most def.
So,
That's wild. Yeah. I noticed I would run into some people that would be, and like, it'd be conversations. It's like families would joke about them. They'd be like, yeah, they too whitewashed, boom, boom. And I was like, what? That's crazy.
and there's some people too where they call the like dry foot. Like as soon as they cross over here, they think that they're better than like the rest of the Mexicans.
I was going to ask that. So that's a thing. That is a thing. I'm glad you said that.
There's people they get their papers and they're better. They think they're better than everybody else.
Right,
so it's just like, all right, bro, do you?
Right, yeah, like, all right. Dang. Or like, yeah, like I remember someone just in particular, like they start going to college, this and that, and I could just tell the energy on them was different. Yeah. And the fam definitely was like, that we love you, but damn, man, like you acting too good for us.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that before too, and it's just like you just got to keep yourself humble, bro. Like I know that I'm not better than anybody, but I know that I'm different,
Absolutely.
And so one of those things is just like you can't go around thinking you're better than people, because then either someone's gonna humble you or life's gonna humble you for sure.
Right.
And like, honestly, I'd rather just humble myself than have somebody else do it for me.
Man, thank you, Sil. Man. And don't get me wrong, that go for anyone. It don't matter your skin color. There's people who think they better than anyone. 100%. But I was just curious on that because, yet again, big respect to the Latino culture, like hard work and just loyalty, love, all that. And so I noticed those little things, and I'm like, I'm curious. So I had to ask.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Other people can have their own, but I think it's just an identity crisis.
Right.
Like I said, I'm big on history. I learned a lot about history. I learned just about like the culture and stuff like that, LA culture, because LA culture is so big and it's everywhere.
Right.
And so like people don't understand that like it's just not us dressing as gangsters. It's just people think that we dress like that because it's gangster, but in reality, way back when, it's the only type of style they had or they were allowed to have.
Wow.
Like even like the zoot suit riots, like you couldn't even wear zoot suits because they thought you were affiliated with something. And like sailors would go and beat up Mexicans, take off their clothes and all that because they're wearing zoot suits, but they didn't do anything to the sailors. They always did everything to the Mexicans. So a lot of people don't know that, and so people think, oh, you just dress like that because you think you're gangster. Like, no, it's culture. Like that's who we are. That's what Chicano is. A lot of people have a definition of Chicano, but from my understanding, Chicano is being born in the States and having Mexican parents, like from Mexico.
Got you.
And so like even then, like I said, it was kind of hard growing up because I didn't know where I was at. Am I Mexican? Am I American? Mm-hmm. In my household, my mom always told me, I don't care what you speak on the street. You can speak German if you want, but you're speaking Spanish in this household.
That part.
And I've always learned Spanish and all that. But then when I go out there, I'm speaking English with my friends. And like, it's just a whole different culture, bro. Like when I realized that I was different is when I went to a white friend's house and we sat down for dinner. And I was like, where are the tortillas at? And
what you all eat? Hang on, what were y'all eating? Some hot dogs?
They were eating like hot dogs and stuff like that, but then they gave us like they were serving like beans with chips and cheese. And so I was like, where are tortillas at? My friend's like, why would we want tortillas? And I was like, oh, all right, it's different.
It's different.
I was like, all right. You know, because me thinking like a kid, like, that I grew up thinking that's normal.
For sure.
I grew up thinking that, like I said earlier, speaking on the phone with my grandparents, like getting to know them over the phone, I thought that was normal.
Yes.
A lot of things like, but in reality, it was just because I was just a different culture, because I was in some situations where not a lot of people had that situation, So it was definitely different.
Man. I learned a lot. That's why, I told you. I had hard shell tacos thinking, wow, we in here. Nah, bruh. Nah, you got a lot to learn. Like you said, pozole, chocolate mole, all that. I was learning. I said, man, that's crazy though, man. He said, where are the tortillas? He said, huh?
He's like, for what? And I was like, to eat. And even then, like in a Hispanic household, we eat with our hands, with the tortillas.
Eat with the hands,
And so, like, having, like, obviously we have spoons and forks and all that for all the things.
But we ripping it apart, picking it up.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just like, all right, it's different here,
Crazy, man. Craziness. That's so wild, so I tell you. What you think on black and brown relations? You think that's still a thing where, like, black and browns didn't get along as much? Remember, I know there was a time period like that. How do you think that is these days, man?
I think it's better now.
I know. Look at us. We're right here.
Exactly.
We've
That's
been
what I'm saying. I think it's better now. I know a lot of the old school people definitely don't like it, but it is what it is. Not what they like is what we do.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
100%. And I know you've talked to me about it with, your last relationship, telling me, like what's this and what's that. And I told you, look, Hispanic culture is a little different.
Absolutely.
A lot of people definitely grew up a little different. And it's because, like I said, I'm not trying to get into the political or anything, but it has to do with a lot of the colonization in Mexico.
Okay.
The whole, talking like the darker you are, the more they'll treat you bad. And so even then I've felt that. I'm dark myself. And so it's just like during the summer I get darker, So like even then it's just like, there's always, no matter where you go, there's always something racist or something like that.
Absolutely.
But you always I handle it with, I'm here, deal with it.
Yeah.
You're not going to get rid of me. You try to get rid of me, but I'm here. It is what it is.
Right. And it's, for me, like you said, we talked about it. I opened up to you big time years ago, and it was just the character. My dad went through it when he met my mom. It's a fun story. My grandparents, I'm a mixed person. My grandparents were from Ukraine. They see a brother. They didn't understand. I'll use the politically nice word. They didn't get it. So they see my dad. And he would always share that story. And he was like, as soon as they know my character, they know my heart, it'd be all right. Yeah. And shout out to him being a G like he was. He got through it for the love of my mom. And and then now here I am. And so same with me. Like I went through some things where I was like, it's cool. As soon as they get to know me, it's a wrap. And I got to tell you, the best relationships ever, man.
Yeah, it's educational for them.
Yes.
Because maybe they never gone through that, but I always say the best way to solve something is education.
Absolutely.
Because if you educate somebody, and you might not change their mind, but they know it's there. And you got the word out.
Absolutely.
And so even then, like once people get to know you, that's when you're like, you can sit back and be like, told you so.
Told you.
They might think that like, okay, they're getting the last word, or you being like, no, I don't want you with my daughter. But in reality, you got the last laugh because you're like, you know what? I told you so.
Yep.
I showed you that I was this person, and I changed your mind.
Exactly.
So you took that bigger step, and I mean, they went through it too, but you were on top.
Education, and the best teacher is experience of life. And I got to tell you, that was what was good for me. It was experience. I was like, shoot, I could take, like you said earlier, you could take a hit and react this way, or you could react that way.
Exactly.
And I'm so glad I bit my tongue. I'm so glad I kept love in my heart, and it was the best times ever. Yep. I'll say that till the end. Exactly. And it's like, man, so grateful. And it's cool to just, coming on Black and brown relations, it's cool to just mix the cultures and see how much we love one another. I had the best conversations. I met family members who didn't speak English, but I speak Spanglish. So you know what? We figured it out. And we Google Translate. But experience. And I'm so grateful. Like the advice you said earlier, I just took a step back, slowed things down, and said, hey, Des, it ain't worth arguing over. It's just be patient.
I think it's important to have that Black and brown relationship, 100%. Because even then, it's just like, not like it's not trying to get political or anything, but they don't want that. They don't want that. They would rather have us separated. And it's easier to have two people separated than to have them both working together.
That part.
And so for me, it's just like I said, I got a lot of Black homies and everything.
Right.
They're my homies. I'll ride for them like I ride with my Mexican homies. So it's just like, for me, like I hate when people say I don't see color. Because it's like, you can't say that.
You can't.
Because the first thing you see about me is my color.
Thank you.
Like you can't say, like, I know your intentions are good by saying that, but for you not to see me as a brown man, you're just like holding me back for that, And so it's like, you have to see color.
Right. You're trying to ignore all the things, all the culture, all the background. Exactly.
Like my Christmas isn't the same as yours.
That part.
You guys might wake up at, Christmas morning. We wait until 12 o'clock. That's whole different, bro. Like we have quinceañeras. You might not have a quinceañera.
Shout out to quinceañeras.
And like, it's just stuff like that. It's like, you can't just come up to me and tell me I don't see color. I know where your heart's at. But you have to see color.
You have to. Dang, that's deep, Sil. It's a good perspective. It's true. You gonna accept me. You gonna accept everything that comes with me.
Exactly.
Because I'm gonna have to do the same with you.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. It's so true, man. Do you think people, I think they're so surface thinking. That's what it is. Like I love how you really break that down and really make people see this whole picture instead of just the surface level of things. I think that's amazing. Because a lot of people, like you said, they see how you dress or they see the skin color and that's it.
Yeah. And like people, like even then, how I dress, like, you know, I'm wearing all black, LA hat. Somebody older might be like, oh, he's a little thug, this and that. But you didn't know I was a caregiver for 8 years. Like I took care of people, people's parents and stuff like that.
Yes, you did.
And like you probably didn't know that. You probably didn't know your family members were spitting on me, hitting on me, calling me racial names, stuff like that. But I still took care of them.
Man,
you don't see that, like, but you just want to see what you want to see.
Yep.
So it's like I always say, like, you know, people say don't judge a book by its cover. And I think it's true. 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's true. I just love how you put the depth to everything. Substance is missing so much in this world, Seal. People missing substance. And it's like, man, you got to have your roots, man.
Exactly.
You got to. It's like a tree. A storm comes, you got to be rooted, man.
Yep.
It's so true. I love it, Seal. I love it, man. What else did we have here, Seal? With another thing, we got to do story time. We got to do story time, Seal. We're going back. Seal, you remember the night you saved me, man?
I remember.
You saved me. You saved me. Not from death, world. Not from death. But you saved me from the popo, man. I was...
Nothing bad. Nothing bad, but it was definitely... I saved me.
It's a lighting it up.
Family found it.
So I talked to because who was one of the house people, Brian Morris.
Yep.
His episode, we talked about this a little. Yeah. Still remember, we were like 20,
fresh out of high school,
man.
Fresh out of high school,
and we thought we knew what we was doing. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. I had too many red cups. I'm gonna just say that. Yep. I was hurt. Oh my gosh. And still, I remember I was stuck in the room during the party. Yes, it was a party.
Time.
We were having fun. It's like 2012.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
We were young, bro. We were fresh out of high school.
We were
young.
Fresh.
Yeah. I remember that. I pulled up to the party and you were the first person I saw. I was like, oh, what's up, Des? And we started talking. At that time, I wasn't drinking at all. I wasn't partying. So the whole night I was sober.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so I was just
remember.
Right.
I kind of remember that.
And then I was like, I'm going to go in the back, say what's up to people. And then went to the back, came back, you were gone. I was like, all right, whatever.
Right.
So I just started mingling with people and stuff. And then I saw a couple of friends walk into a room. So I was like, I'm going to go say what's up to them. Walked in there. You were on the bed.
Hurt. I think who was taking care of me? Karina.
Yep.
Karina was taking care of me.
Yep. She was in there, and then I was like, Des, you good? And you're like, who's that? I'm like, it's sober. And you're like, oh, what are you doing here, bro? I was like, you saw me walk in. Like, what's up? Like, how you been? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, I can't see right now, bro. I can't think.
I'm hurt.
Like, all right. I was like, just rest a little bit.
Because you know when the lights start hurting your eyes, and it's just like, I don't want to look, man. I can't.
So I went out. I was like, I'll be back. And I went out and started mingling with more people. And I came and check up on you every like 30, 20 minutes.
You did. You and Goose. Goose would pop in too.
Just to see if you're okay. And I was like, all right, how you doing, bro? I'm good. You were sitting up drinking water. And then you laid back down. And I was like, all right, cool. And I remember the last time I went in there, I was like, you good, bro? You're like, I want to go to sleep. I was like, no, you're good, bro. I was like, just chill. And then I heard something outside, and I was like, I heard like the music stop. Mm-hmm. And I go and I look out, and the whole house is empty. And I was like, what the hell's going on? So I went out, I was like looking, I was like, did everybody leave? Like, it just happened. And I walk outside.
People were fighting, right?
Everybody was fighting, bro.
It was like Royal Rumble. That's like what I remember.
Off the ceiling.
Like, how did we get here? How did we get from having fun to...
Oh, my God, bro. I looked around. I remember one specifically, I saw a guy getting jumped by a truck, and I was like, he's having a bad night, bro. And I'm like looking around, and I was like, I need to leave. And the first thing I thought, I was like, Des. I run back in and I was like, hey, bro, we're leaving. And the first thing he told me was like, I don't want to leave. I want to stay. I'm trying to party. I'm like, no, bro, we got to leave.
Like, you don't get what's happening out this room.
I was like, we got to go. And you're like, no, I'm staying. So I picked you up. I put your arm around me and I'm like dragging you, bro. And we get outside and it's like those Call of Duty scenes where like everything's blowing up. People are fighting and stuff, and I'm like,
and you're carrying me, my arms around you. And I remember Goose. I'm gonna jump in with you. I still remember Goose. Goose, when you watch this or listen, I remember you. Goose goes, get Des to the car, and he's throwing hands.
I'm like, what do you think I'm doing, bro? That's what I'm doing. And so I'm dragging you, like, it's like, you know, that eerie sound, that's all I'm hearing, just straight to my car. I put you in the back of my car. I'm like, Dad, you're like, no, I'm trying to stay. I'm like, no, bro, we're going.
Man.
And I saw people getting in the car. It was a two-way street. People were going this way. Everybody was going that. I was like, I'm going the other way.
Right.
Went to the other way. It was like that Kendrick song. Took a left, took a right. We took another left, another right. And I ended up finding the main street. And as soon as I got to the main street, 6, 7, maybe 8 cop cars just
Did they?
Just I was like, oh my God.
Straight to the house.
Exactly, straight to. And I told her, I was like, Des, where are we going? Where are we going? You're like, gas station. I was like, which one? You're like, Shell. I was like, all right. I got there. Your cousins popped out, and I was like, he's in the back. Took you. They took you and then dipped. I was like, all right, bro, I'm going home. I didn't go back. I was like, I'm going home. And then I went home, and then I checked up on you the next day to see if you were good. And then I got calls from like people, can you pick me up? So I was like, yeah, I got you, bro.
So I asked Brian, I was like, so, you know, you was one of the people at the house. He's like, oh, bro, it was so bad. And I actually went back there the next day and like checked on them, and they were hurt.
They got kicked out.
They got kicked out.
I remember that. They told me about it. I was like, damn, because I went back the next day to pick up a couple people.
Right.
And I was just like, damn, bro. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, but
I
had a dip. I was like, yeah, bro.
Man, that was one of the nights. First, I just will forever hold for you and be like, this still always got me. Secondly, I was like, Des, I can't ever be that dysfunctional again. I was just, like you said, you got the little roofie happen. Yeah. I can't feel like that again, mate. Still, I can't do it. I don't like that. I don't like it.
I thought it was funny because you're like, I want to stay. I'm like, bro, no, you don't. I'm like, let's go.
Oh, man. And I love telling these stories because I don't want anyone to ever think I don't got my experiences. Yeah. I do, but dang, Seal, you saved me, man. You know what my parents would have did if I got in trouble? Oh, my God.
Like, the first thing, as soon as I was like, I need a dip, I was like, Des. I was like, nope, I got to go back. I was like, no, you back. And then we dipped. I was like, nah, we're leaving, bro.
Man, straight up, Seal. Thank you. To this day, thank you, Seal.
I got you, bro. I got you.
That cemented us. I said, he really my friend. Goose, man. Goose throwing punches. Oh, my gosh. I couldn't believe that. I get Des to the car. I was like, Goose. And like you said, the eerie sound going on.
It's like people just going off on each other, fighting each other. I'm like, damn, bro. I was like, I'm in a movie right now.
Was anyone on the roof fighting?
I don't even know, bro. You might as well have been.
No, you didn't look. I would have looked. Man, snipers. The party was cool at first. I was chilling.
Cool. Yeah, it was fun. A lot of people from high school we saw there.
But I tell you, my foolish mistake I did, I was just taking red cups. I was just having people pour me a drink, red cup. Yeah. No measurement, just red cup.
That's how we learn.
That's how we learn. No losses, just lessons.
Yep, exactly.
Not my finest moment, but you pulled me out. So thank you. Thank you. Golly, Sil, I tell you. Sil, another note. What does force Silman to throw hands? Is it just defense? I know you said it earlier.
It takes a lot.
Does it really?
It takes a lot.
It really takes a lot.
You gotta, for one, put hands on somebody I love. Talk. I can handle talk, regardless. If someone talks bad about my family, I can handle it. Whatever, bro. It is what it is. Put hands on me, or talk racial for sure. I don't put up with disrespect when it comes to race, for sure.
Absolutely.
My parents always told me to be proud, even as a Mexican. Any Mexicans out there listening, for sure, we know that we're a very proud race.
Absolutely.
And so we definitely take that to heart. So that's one thing. Anybody put hands on my girl, for sure. You can't really make me fight over a girl, because even then my girl she knows how to put, no thanks, I have a boyfriend. So it's not like I'm over there like, who you talking to, Or
like being a jealous person, for sure.
Like, I know that she's got me and I got her. So even then, but definitely, like I said, race, put hands on me, put hands on somebody I love. It's going off for sure. Like I said, I don't like violence. I'd rather just talk it out. I like talking, but I'm not afraid to take it there, for sure.
For sure.
So, I've always like I said, I've had anger problems, but nothing bad. My anger problems, luckily, and I thank God for it, has never gotten me in trouble. For sure. It's had me run my mouth a lot, but I mean, it's kind of a saying, you know, like you can, what is it? I think it's like, it's not talking shit if you can back it up. Like even then, like I know one day, like I'm probably going to run into somebody that can, you know, put hands on me for sure. There's always somebody out there that's going to be bigger, tougher than me. Definitely can throw it down better than me. But, you know, like I said, I'm usually just a peaceful guy. I like peace. I don't like conflicts. When it comes to protecting people, I will protect them. But other than that, I mean, there's only one time I put myself in a situation where I had to, you know, step into it.
Right.
I was going downtown. We watched one of my friends fight in Roseburg. And we came back and we were celebrating because he won. And we saw two girls. One of the girls was carrying another girl, and she was telling the guy, leave her alone, she doesn't want to talk to you. And he was kind of like grabbing her arm, pulling her back. And so I was just like, what if that was my sister? And I was like, nah, I got to say something. And I was like, hey, bro, like I was like, are you guys okay? And she's like, no, he won't stop following us. And he was just like, you know, mind your business. And I was like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to them. So I'm like, are you good? And she goes, no, like he just won't leave us alone. So I was just like, how about just leave him alone, bro? And he kind of was like hunched over, and he like was taller than me. So he was just like, what are you trying to do about it? I was like,
here
like,
we go.
Look, bro, there's an alleyway over there. We can handle it right now, or we can handle it here. Which one? And the bouncer at Horace Head was like, is everything okay? And I was like, oh, thank God.
Right.
Like, are you trying to do this?
I'm not trying to wear this. I'm not trying to chop this tree down.
So I'm like, I was like, all right, cool. And so it turns out, like, I guess police chased the dude after. Something like that, yeah. But I mean, I could have easily just turned the cheek, but first thought was like, what if that was my sister?
Exactly.
So I was just like, nah, I can't just step away from that. And even then, my dad always, you know, taught me, you know, treat, you know, girls the way that you want your sisters to be treated.
That part.
And so for me, that I've always stood on, like, by that and stuff. Yeah. Or what if that was my mom or something, you know? And so for me, I've always took that to heart.
Right.
For sure. So
that's good, man. I see. That's how people know you can squab, though. You like, oh, it takes a lot to take me there. Y'all humble about it. Yeah, you know. You know,
I don't really like to talk about it because I've only been in one fight, but I've never really been like I said, I don't like to take it there.
Yeah,
if people like, I don't really tell people that I box either, because if they like, I've had a lot of experiences where people find out and they'll be like, I bet you I can outbox you. Yeah, like the only thing I say is like, yeah, probably, man.
For sure.
And just turn the other cheek up like later. Or they'll be like, I bet you I can beat you in a fight. I'm like, probably. And it's just like, whatever.
And they're like, huh?
Yeah. And they're like, so you don't want to try? I'm like, no, I'm good, bro. I was like, I'm pretty sure you can take me.
Kill them with kindness, man.
Yeah, bro, just walk away. Like, I'm not trying to.
It's just not worth it.
It's
like,
not, bro.
On,
and on top of that, like, I've always think about it, you know, you take them down, what's going to happen? They're going to try to get their lick back. Mm-hmm. And then they'll come back, let's do it again. No, I'm good, bro.
Right.
And then you're downtown, he sees you, let's do it again. But now they got their friends. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good.
You know, like, it's one thing after another.
Exactly.
Like,
so it's just like, nah, it's not worth it, bro. I'd rather just be like, yeah, you're right, and then walk off.
Just go off. Yeah. That's me. I know. People like bump into me, and it's like, dude, it's a packed club. Like, I expect someone to bump into me.
Exactly.
Like,
so it's just like, there's no point of trying to be that macho man type. Like, that's just going to bring me more trouble. And even then, it's just like, well, what am I trying to prove to you, bro? Like, I don't even know you. Like,
what we
trying to prove that we're men? Like, no, I'm cool, bro.
That aspect of like, when you go out, like, my idea is you go out to have a good time. Mm-hmm. And like, there's people that literally go out just to squab and just be angry. And it's like, bruh, like, we out here to have fun. We out here to dance and chill and laugh.
Like, and even then, like one time, the guy bumped into me, was way before I met my girlfriend, and like, he was just like, what are you trying to do? I was like, bro, there's all these girls out here. You're focused on me? Huh. Like,
like, dang, so you're good at talking smack.
Bro, I'm good. I am good, bro.
It's true, huh, Joe? It is true.
I'm telling you right now, bro. I grew up, I'm the smallest out of all my cousins. So I had to learn how to talk smack quick. Just talk. And it comes out, sometimes my girlfriend's like, you talk so quick. It's not even funny. And like, there's times where like, I don't even think about it. It just comes out.
Right.
But it's true, bro. It's like all these girls and you're focused on me. Bro, like, no.
Man.
Like, have a good night. I'm going over here. Like,
I would hate to talk to you on Xbox or PlayStation. Silman 92, I can't stand you.
Then sit down.
See?
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, I'm quick. I had to learn how to just talk smack to my cousins, bro. I was the youngest.
See, I can't, man. You got prestige, man. I need some juice, man. Oh, Sil. That's awesome, man. Such is life. Sil is laughing medicine, man.
I'm telling you, I love comedy. There's a lot of things that people understand that you're like, they will figure out what they're put on this earth for, and I truly believe I'm here to make people laugh. Mm-hmm. I really think so, because I love doing it. I love making people laugh. For sure. I say put me in a room with 10 people, I can at least make one person laugh. For sure. And like, it's not even like me being cocky or anything. It's just I like to laugh. I think it's funny. Mm-hmm. You know, comedy is a big thing in my life. It's taught me how to laugh at the situations that I'm in. You know, like all that type of stuff. Maybe it's a trauma response. I don't know, but it's there, you know? But it's there, bro. It's helped me through a lot.
For sure.
Shout out Dave Chappelle. It's my favorite. Oh, favorite.
Legend. Go.
100%.
I seen him twice.
Really?
Seen him twice.
Jealous.
Joe was with me on the second one.
Dang, I'm jealous, bro.
It's a great time. Had my dad there. Yeah, shout out. Yeah. I was just watching some Chappelle show earlier before you came over.
I always watch on TikTok. You know, Chappelle skits.
It was which one was it? Mad World, Real World. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm making juice, brother. It is. So laughing's got you through a lot. You're saying.
100%, bro. It's got me through things that. Honestly, I grew up not really having anybody there. My parents weren't there, not in the sense of they were bad parents. They're just always working. Got you. And so if they're always working, they'd come home. We understand that they were tired. Mm-hmm. So we kind of just, you know, like a lot of things. Like, for instance, I learned how to cook when I was in the second grade because I learned to cook breakfast for myself. Right. My brother learned how to like wake us up in the mornings, walk us to school. My brother's only a year older than me. So like 1 or 2 years older than me.
Have I met your brother? I don't know if I have.
Yeah, once. Yeah, okay. I keep my family very private, private. My family life, and that was just kind of a teaching that we got because like I said, going back to it, both of my parents weren't documented, and so we kind of had this fear of my parents getting, you know, sent out or like deported back. And so we, like, to this day, I don't think I've ever had friends over. Totally. Because it was one of those things where I didn't want to risk not having my parents there with me. And so, like, I tell people all the time, like, you know, say if your mom goes to groceries and she tells you, you know, like, you tell your mom, can you bring me back some Gatorades or something? You know, my biggest fear was not having my parents come back after that. Wow. So for us, like, them just coming back, it was just like, oh, thank God, you know. For sure. Every time. It was like, oh, thank God they made it back. Wow. Or oh, thank God they didn't get pulled over and all this type of stuff. And so luckily we're getting on that back on track, but It was just kind of like, the little, I said trauma response.
So you and I have had some real convos, and we always even laugh during them, during the realest convos. I will say I've opened up to you so much more because we can laugh together. 100%. And one thing I told my mom, me and my mom been through some things in life, man. And I always say, and my dad would say it to me, then I would regurgitate it to her. And he'd be like, hey, one day you'll look back and laugh at this.
So, 100%. That's all I do is look back and like, dang, I did that.
Mama, remember, I went through that one thing. We look back and laugh, man. I went through it. Shoot, I didn't know how we was going to get through. But now we through it. We can look back, and I think that's a beautiful thing. It's almost like a sense of victory in a way.
100%. I think so too. I think laughing is the best medicine. You can be, you know, even when my girl's mad, there's times where it's mad at me. She doesn't want to talk to me, and I make her laugh, and then it just goes away.
It just goes away. Everything's good.
She goes, you know, you're dumb, and I'm like, I know.
You would just walk into my work, and we would just laugh and smile. And it means a lot. You came in days where I just wasn't having the best moment. I do my best to say I don't have bad days, but I was having the best moment. It still come walking in.
Well, it's not that I'm proud to have bad days, but you gotta have the bad days in order to feel the good days.
Appreciate
the good ones, and everything. Sure. You gotta, you know, up has down, down has up. You gotta experience one thing and then experience the other thing. You can't just experience life and be like, oh, it's all good. Mike Tyson said that. Mm-hmm. You know, you gotta accept the bad things in life, and once you do that, you realize that it's a balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're up, you're gonna go down someday. You're down, you're gonna come up. It's the only option you have. You know, you go left, the only option is to go right.
Man.
So it's just like you just got to keep pushing.
And Mike also said with that, I think he was like, you got to let life punch you in the face.
Yep.
Me and Chris just talked about that back on Tuesday. And this dude went through all kinds of stuff in life. And he's like, yeah, you got to get punched in the face by life.
Yeah.
I think he said some people need to be punched in the face.
And that part too, yeah. And then others need to get punched
And
at times.
I totally believe that, but not on some violence. Please don't punch people in the face.
Right, yeah. Don't actually go punch people thinking you're helping them, but it's a metaphor in a way.
It's one of those things where it's like, if I'm talking crap about you and you hit me in the mouth, you think I'm gonna say it again?
Sure.
Oh, bro.
Exactly.
Like, it's one of those things where you learn. Some people, they have to learn the hard way, you know. And like for me, a lot of things that I learned was the hard way because my ego got in the way.
Wow.
So my ego was just like, no, you're a man. You don't need to do that. You don't need to listen to these people. Don't listen to your dad. You're a man. You're your own man. And my dad was right all along. Growing up now, I understand it because, you know, thanks to my dad and everything, like my parents never gave up on me. Like, you know, I was a really hard kid to handle.
Got you.
And it wasn't because I decided, it was because I learned about myself that it was the lack of love I felt in the household. Not because my parents didn't give it to me, but it's because they weren't there, they were working.
They was busy.
And I didn't understand that concept. I thought that they were just at work. But now growing up, now I understand that they were giving us a life they never had. So
those
it's just
sacrifices.
Like, exactly. And my mom to this day kind of tells me, she goes, I regret working so much, but you know, like we're doing this now. And I'm like, it's better now than never.
Absolutely.
You know, and so that's what we're on right now as a family.
Yes.
So,
and now because of her sacrifices and efforts, you get to be the man you is today and working your way.
I told my girlfriend, I was like, if you would have met me years back, you wouldn't like who I was.
Wow.
And like my mom, she agreed, and I was like, thanks. But she told my girlfriend straight up, like, yeah, like he would yell at everybody, he would punch holes in the wall and stuff like that. I had a bad temper. Like one time I found out that I could take 3 people on at once.
Dang.
Yeah, and I was just because I was mad, bro. It wasn't because I was just like doing, and it was just all anger. And it just, like I said, boxing helped me. It put me in my place for sure. Because you walk in, it's like kind of like what Mike Tyson said, you know? You walk in and you think you're all badass, and you get your ass kicked by some kid that's half your age or whatever. You're like, all right, I'm not that guy. Step back.
It's real talk. It's real. It's real. I think for me, mine was constructive criticism.
Mm-hmm.
I took up a mentor recently. We're going on probably like 9 months now. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, I've never had a mentor. I've had my family and everything, but this mentor, I let them know, I said, I got you here because I believe you'll tell me as is.
Yeah.
And this guy's just an outside person. And he does to this day. He'll hit me. Why'd you do that? Why did you not do that? Why you know, and constructive criticism is the same thing. It's that gut check of like, hey, I'm trying to help you get better.
Yeah.
It's not disrespectful. I'm just trying to help you be a better person.
Exactly.
And like you said, that ego and the pride is the devil. There's times where I'm like, hold up, why would you tell me that? When really he's like, bro, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed that instinctively.
And I always say, you know, the criticism, it does hurt, but you got to realize that when people criticize you and stuff like that, and they're telling you it's because they love you. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't say anything. And so a lot of people, like even friends, if you're doing something wrong and they're not saying anything to you, that's maybe not the type of people you want in your life.
That part.
Because like I said, like I got a homie that got me into a fight. 100%, I have your back. We fought. But at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, why'd you do that? Like you got me into a situation where I could have been hurt. You could have been hurt. We could have hurt the other person. And then what if I punched him and he hit his head? Something happened. He got rushed to the hospital. Now I'm getting charges.
They got a weapon on them.
Exactly.
They
we step
pulling
outside.
out.
I get shot because you decided to run your mouth.
Exactly.
And it's just like, no, bro. Like you can't be doing that.
You can't.
And like sometimes, yeah, they'll be mad. Well, you're my homie. You gotta have my back. Yeah, I'm having your back right now. I'm telling you, don't do that, bro.
That part.
Like that's what you gotta understand.
Like I'm trying to help right now. I'm really trying to help you. Yeah, that's huge, man. A lot of people are going to hear that, and really, you're going to have a lot of people thinking on this podcast episode.
I hope so,
because you really put a lot of layers to it than just what it is. There's layers.
I like to explain things. I like to, because a lot of people. I grew up with people like, I don't know about like the Mexican like household. I grew up Catholic. And so a lot of it was just don't do this, don't do that. Why? Because it's a sin. Never explanation.
Never the explanation.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, so me growing up, every time I talk to people, I want them to realize why I'm saying this, because even growing up, I was never understood as a person because I would say something. And when I'd say something, they would be like, okay, well, that it is what it is. But if I told them, please don't do this, because if you do this, I'm going to get mad. If I get upset, I'm not going to want to like do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to think you're this or that. Not in a bad way, but that's just where my mind takes me.
Absolutely.
And so for me, I like to explain to people, hey, please don't do this. Why? Because of this and that. You can get me into this or this. So, and that's just my boundary.
And still at the same time, don't you think that's a level of respect to the person you're telling?
100%. Because if I sit here, if you do something to cross my boundaries and we haven't talked about it, I'll let it slide 100%. Okay, we haven't talked about it yet. But if you do it knowing that I told you, I'm going to continue to tell you, yo, please don't do that. And I'm going to be nice about it. And I'm like, yo, like, let's talk about it. Let's do this. Let's do that. But then I'm the bad guy because the third time you do it to me, I yell at you or I raise my voice at you or we get into conflict and something happens. Oh, Silman's this. Don't talk to him. He doesn't like talking to people or he's mean. Well, you put me in that situation. I told you not to do this, but you did it, So it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, I'd rather just tell you now, have the uncomfortable conversation than me yell at you or you yell at me. And then we're into a conflict now.
Right. It's true. So true. I think it's huge, even especially when it like comes to dating, men and women, just having communication. And when I say dating, not even a relationship, yes, of course, but even like if you guys are just starting to hang out, like it's just respectful. It's respectful just to explain your intentions. It's respectful to explain your boundaries because you're giving, like you said, people a chance to either honor it or not.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just period. Like, hey, this is how I feel. This is what it is with me. You can honor it, or I'm a man, or I'm a woman, and you cannot honor it and be on your way, man.
When you can't be mad at the boundaries that I set.
Yeah.
Those are my boundaries. Like, I respect, like my dad, I follow a lot of what my dad tells me because he's
Me
definitely,
too.
he's someone that I look up to a lot. And he's told me before, like a relationship is two things. It's one of them is, you find each other's differences. And the second one is you respect each other's differences.
Straight up.
And if you feel like it's not going to work out, you have every right to be like, hey, you know what? I don't think this is going to work out, but you can't be mad. Like, I'm not here to change you. I'm going to respect you for what you do. But if I feel like what you do is going to affect me as a person, I can't stick around and, entertain that. Because now I'm going to be in my head.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to be thinking about it.
Yep.
Now I'm going to be like, okay, now it's going to interrupt my peace.
Now it's coming into my piece.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm guessing. I'm second guessing.
Exactly. And I don't want that. I want a clear relationship where I don't have to second guess.
And in dating nowadays, I noticed the ghosting culture is so prominent. People are so entitled, dating and just in life, that they're like, I don't got to explain myself.
Yeah.
Like, nah, we adults. You can throw somebody a golden nugget to see what they do with it.
And that's what I'm saying. You said it right there. We're adults. Why do I have to sit here and try to pry that out of you, tell me that you don't want to continue seeing me? Like even if we're just talking, you're an adult, I'm an adult. Tell me how you feel. You can't tell me how you feel. Maybe you shouldn't be dating, or maybe we shouldn't be dating. It's just like if you don't want to hurt my feelings like that, that's fine. Thank you for looking to my feelings, but I don't want to be with somebody that can't communicate. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you are. Communication is the most important thing. Football players, you got to communicate. You sit there, you're in the huddle. Hey, this is the plan. Blah, 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 blah. It's not like you're going to go out there and know exactly what's going on.
Right.
If I'm driving and I'm going to turn, what do? Put my directional signal on. That's communication.
That's communication.
I'm turning this way. But if I just go in there, what are you going to say? Hey, nice blinker, asshole.
Yeah, right. So, damn, that's a good blinker. Thanks, buddy.
So it's like if you can't communicate, maybe you shouldn't be dating.
Shouldn't be.
Or even then, do you? This is my experience. I'm not telling you what to do.
Okay.
But for me, if you cannot communicate like the grown up you are, we shouldn't be talking.
Thank you.
Because now I'm gonna tell you, yo, this is my boundary. You're gonna give me the cold shoulder. You're not gonna talk to me. And it's like, nah, I'm not. I don't play these games. games for me, that's childish. I'm looking to marry, that's why I'm dating. Maybe other people aren't, that's cool, but communicate that with me.
Thank you. Communicate it.
That's it. Like, if we can be friends after this. You don't want to be friends, that's fine too. I'll move along.
Could you imagine like how many, I'm gonna get extreme on this. Could you imagine how many like wars would stop if like countries just talked? Just
100%.
like, or like just violence would stop if people just talked, communicated.
I've always said the leaders should fight. I've always said 2 leaders should fight. Just them 2 duke it out.
Yeah, the 2 presidents.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know, bro. Biden might get rocked with some rap. I'll be like, can we have a sub? Damn. But it's true, though. Real talk. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's
true.
like I said, it's just communication, bro. And even then, like, I'm out of the dating game. I've been out for 4 years with my girlfriend. I love her to death. We understand each other. And people here, like, they don't understand that, like everyone goes, like, tells me, oh, you guys seem like you never fight. Or, you know, like, you guys are perfect for each other. But it's like, you don't see what we went through. We didn't go anything extreme, but you don't, like, yeah, the grass is greener because I water it. You know, like, I'm not going to, like, you're jealous of my grass, but you don't see me, like, in the morning water and then in the afternoon water it again. Me and my girl have had uncomfortable conversations. 100%. Look, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. You do this, and it kind of irritates me.
For sure.
Same thing. She tells me, look, you do this, and it irritates me. And it's just like, okay, well, I'm sorry. Your feelings are valid, 1, because it is how you feel, and I'm not going to sit here. But 2, if you tell me you hurt my feelings, who am I to say, oh, I didn't hurt your feelings? I can't make that decision. If I feel like I hurt your feelings, then I hurt your feelings. And that's the ego part, where you have to put your ego aside and be like, you know what, baby, I'm sorry.
Right.
It's just, it was my bad. If I made you feel that way, it wasn't intentional. I'm sorry. And if you want some space, let me know. If you don't, let's come cuddle, watch this movie. You know, okay, I want some space. All right, cool. I'll be here if you need me.
PS5 beeps up. Beep, beep, beep.
Exactly. I'm on Warzone, everything.
No, he did it. No,
But it's both ways. She
Real
tells me
talk.
the same thing. She goes, you know, do you want space? Yeah, I want some space. Okay,
For sure.
cool. I'll be here if you need me. Okay. Or even then, I'll walk in and you still mad? Yeah. All right. Go back to playing my PS5 and then come back. You mad? I'm not mad anymore. Okay, cool. I'm sorry I did this. You know, I'm sorry I made you feel this way, but my intentions were that.
Right.
These were my intentions.
For sure.
Okay, cool. And it's all communication. It's respectful communication. And it's just like, my thing about it is like what I learned from the dating scene is that girls, when they say, I'm having a bad day, this and that, you can't really just be like, us guys, we move with logic. We know that.
Right.
And so with us, if there's a problem, we have to fix it.
For sure.
100% we have to fix it.
Yeah.
But when my girl comes out to me, I learned, because she told me, I don't like that you're always trying to do this or that. Just listen to me. So now that she comes, I need a vent. Do you want me to say something? Or do you just want me to listen? Listen. All right, cool. So I sit back and listen. She vents. Okay, I feel better. All right, cool.
Got you.
Let's go do this. Let's go eat some wings. Let's go, you know, whatever. So it's just like, it's getting to know your partner. And like I said, learning their differences and then respecting the differences. Because I used to be no, we got to talk about this now. I don't want to spend the rest of the day this and that. And then I learned that I get into a fight with her because I'm mad because I want to talk about it now. But if I cool off and I sit back and go, you know what? Just give me like 10 minutes, 20 minutes at least. And then I come back, look, I didn't like that you did this. This is how I feel about it.
For sure.
She'll be like, okay, I'm sorry.
That's
And
dope.
I've apologized for fights that I know that I was wrong or even right. You know what, baby, I'm sorry.
Oh, so you even when you know you in the right.
I don't want to fight with her. I don't want to spend my time fighting with my girl. Like, I'd rather just sit back and like, I'd rather us have good times than be like bad. Because my mom told me this story about how there was a kid that got mad at his mom, and he ended up like getting really mad at her or something. And she was like, I love you, have a nice day. And he didn't say anything, came back, accident happened, mom's dead.
What?
And so for me, I always think about that because I can walk down my 3 flight of stairs, I can slip, hit my head, I'm done. I'm gone. I can turn on my car, for some reason it explodes. You know, damn. Or something like, you know, I can drive out of my driveway and then all of a sudden, boom, I get hit.
Absolutely.
Or something, you know?
Absolutely.
And so we just never know. And I'd rather just not have I'd rather not test that, you know? So it's just like, even when I'm wrong or I'm right, look, babe, I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Even if she's wrong too, I'm like, look, I'm sorry. Or if she's right, I'm sorry.
And that just goes with, honestly, any relationship, friendship, cousinship, familyship, anything. I mean, that's true, man. It's a good perspective.
Yeah. And
You never know.
she does the same with me too. And she's always held me down. So it's just like with that, like she understands me. I understand her. So
Do you think prior relationships, they ended because you weren't thinking that way? Do you think it was more on you, or?
some of them, yes. Others, definitely the other person. I'm not perfect. I got my own stuff, but I understand who I am as a person.
For sure.
I took a lot of time out of my life to understand who I was, and I took a lot of time to understand why things did certain ways.
Gotcha.
Why I move certain ways, why I think, stuff like that. And a lot of it had to do with just growing up, trauma, stuff like that. But a lot of the way, bless my exes, because a lot of them made me into the person who I am. But a lot of them were definitely not ready for something. And some relationships, I wasn't ready for them either.
Gotcha.
So even then, I'm just honest with it, like some relationships were my fault, other relationships were theirs. No cheating stuff. It's just I wasn't ready to be with somebody.
For sure.
Or they weren't ready to be with me or with somebody in general.
Right.
So it's just like, we like each other, we did it, and then it turned out to be two different people. And it's just like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable in this anymore. All right, me neither. Okay, cool.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, it is what it is. Move on.
For sure. I think my thing, I'm an only child. Man, sometimes Desi just be forgetting. Be like, man, you got to share. You got to share some food sometimes. Got to share the love sometimes. Share the TV.
Bro,
all
I
them
hate
things. Sharing be, man. And that's my thing. I'm like, Des, bro, you in a relationship. It's both of y'all, man. I
grew up in a household with fucking 5 people.
Damn.
And I hide my food in the fridge and stuff.
Damn. See, it was just me.
Nah, bro. My girl always tells me, she's like, I wish I had more siblings. I'm like, nah. It's always a fight.
My dad would tell, so my dad has 9 siblings, including him. Yeah. And he would tell me there were war stories. You're lucky.
100%.
You're lucky, son. My dad would get so mad at me, Sil, because he would go to Safeway, right, when I was growing up, and get the Safeway brand sodas.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, look, man, can you get some 7-Up and some And he would sit me down and be like, boy, do you know what I had to go through? I had 9 siblings. I used to have to lick the pizza just so they wouldn't bite it, man. I'd be like, what? That sounds terrible. But that ain't our situation.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be so mad at me, man.
No, I love my siblings. Shout out to them. We've always had some hardships, but we definitely got through. So
For sure.
There's times where I'm like, I know this is yours. I'm gonna eat it.
Man, my cousin Tyler, T. Wren, I love you to death, but you know what it is, T. When you used to come over for them weeks when your parents would go on vacation, I used to, after about day 3, I'd be like, when you coming back home? He'd be like, bro, I'm here for about 10 more days. T. Wren, you know what's up. You're going to be on too. But yes, Sil, I would look and be like, man, you here kind of long, man. And my mom be like, Desmond, get it right. I'm like, my bad. Sprella, keep playing Halo. I want to play Halo.
Hey, don't you got to be home?
You're right. Oh, good times, Sil. Oh, so good. But yeah, communication out of that, it is key, man. It's so important.
Yep.
It's so important. I love talking. Obviously, I do this podcast, so I love talking, man. Who, you shouted out Chappelle. Is he your favorite comedian? I didn't.
100%.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering that.
100%. I love Chappelle. I watched Chappelle show as a kid.
Uh-huh.
I shouldn't have watched it as a kid. But
right. Wednesday nights is when they came out.
Wednesday night, Comedy Central.
Comedy Central. What, 9 p.m., 8? Something like
9
that.
around there.
8 or 9, yep.
I watched that. And then he was the one who introduced me to comedy, and I've been laughing ever since.
Oh, man, it's so awesome. Dude, if he comes back, we got to go.
I'm down. 100%.
Now that I know that's your favorite comedian, we got to go.
100% down.
Don't forget me.
Oh, Joe, you already know. You already know. Who's your favorite? Okay, I got a good one for you. Who's your favorite comedian content-wise? So, there's a lot of up-and-coming, content creator comedians. Yeah. Like me, I think Drewski's hilarious.
Drewski's funny, yeah. I like him for sure. There's this kid named Benji. He's like a Mexican kid. He's hella funny.
Is he kind of heavy set?
Yeah.
Okay,
but
yeah.
he's funny, but he doesn't act like try to be funny. Just the things that he does is funny.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a very humble kid. He's definitely dope though.
I'm out to check him out some more.
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I'm out to
He's
see.
hella funny.
Have you seen? Oh my gosh, I hope you've seen this guy, Trey Rags.
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna have to send you Trey. He's funny too. He reminds me of a buddy of mine, just his little demeanors. But I'm just like, dang man, this dude is hilarious. I'll send you some when we're done here.
All right.
So Benji, Drewski for me, I think. Watching him with Kevin Hart and Kyson, that was funny, man.
Kyson is hella funny.
He's cool. He yell a lot for me, but he's
Duke
cool.
Dennis is funny too. Yeah,
man.
I like Ray though. Ray's Ray's hella funny.
Did you watch some of that stream when they were like together?
Yeah.
Still, I thought it was so dope. Like Kevin Hart's the OG on there, and he's just chilling with the kids, just kicking it. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, that's funny.
I said they got Onk on the here just chilling. But Drewski was killing me. And then he has his little setup thing. Could have been records. Have you seen that yet?
Yeah,
Oh my god,
those are way funny,
dude. I ain't gonna lie. I could scroll on those. I gotta put the phone down. I'd be like, Drewski, bro, you can't do this.
I love it. I love laughing, bro. Comedy's just is funny, bro. Especially like people's ideas of what like they think is funny and stuff like that.
Really?
So it's definitely like, and even then, like you don't even know people and you can still make them laugh.
Right.
So it's just like, that's why I like it.
I think you'd be good at making reels, bro. You ever considered that?
I have, but I don't know. I don't like being in front of the camera.
Ah, man. Look what you're doing right now, man. Look, you're doing a whole podcast. We almost 2 hours.
3 Modelos just to do it. I'm going to get up there. There's going to be a sweat stain under your butt.
Oh, that's why I asked. I said, what we drinking? What we having to drink, mate? I think you could, man. Oh my gosh. And still, when you do post a reel or something, I laugh extra hard because I just know how you is. That's what's cool. Like I be dying. Like,
what's so funny about that is that people have asked me, they're like, why don't you post anymore? Or they're like, you haven't posted anything funny. I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was like that.
For real, you
like,
is.
Then I'll post more. Like,
still, you are. Just because you posted it, I'm dying laughing.
Like I tell my girl all the time, if I laugh, that's all that matters. Because I'm laughing. I think it's funny.
And that's why I'm laughing, because I know you is.
Because I'm posting it, and then all these people are like, you're not posting no more. And I'm like, I didn't know y'all like that, so I'll post it more. So like every day I'll post a meme or a video. You know, and I've been doing it for like a year or two. And like sometimes I'll stop, sometimes I won't do it. But like when I stop for a long time, people will hit me up. They're like, why haven't you posted anything? I'm like, you want me to post something? Like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
I'm asking you, please keep posting them, because just knowing it's from you and Jose Hall, you two. And when it comes from you two, I'm dying laughing, dude. I'm just like, if someone else can post the same thing, I'm like, whatever.
It's just, like I think it's just some stupid videos or memes, and like people are like, that's like hella funny. I'm like, all right, I'll keep doing it
for sure.
So I just kept doing it. And I was like, all right.
So another fun thing that I think you and I relate on a lot, and I love about you. Dude, you keep your car clean, man.
100%.
You be at the car wash.
I gotta keep it clean, bro. That's like, it makes me feel like a new man every time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
like if, like I don't know where I heard it, but it's just like clean car is like a man's appearance or something like that.
Oh shoot, for
so
real.
You jump into someone's like dirty car. It's kind of like, I don't want people to judge me. Be like, like my bad, bro. Throw it in the back. You know?
Yeah, people disrespect your car low key, like microaggressions. They'll have a bottle and just throw it over, and you're like, bro, like if the car's clean, they wouldn't do it. But
so I gotta keep my car clean, bro. Even then, it gives me something to do. So
for sure.
It's just like, and it's just I like it. I like the feeling. You know, it's for nobody, it's just for myself. You know,
for sure.
So,
it gives you confidence for sure. Like not just you, but I think people in general.
Oh yeah,
100%. I actually pulled this because I knew I was going to bring this up. So there's this website. It's called Mintco Car Wash, and they said improved mood. A clean car can have a direct positive impact on your mood. A cluttered, dirty car is an overwhelming and stressful environment to be in regularly, while a clean car provides a sense of calm volume on the visual noise and helps you focus on things you need to focus on.
Yep.
the result of which can vastly improve your mood and provide a much needed mental reset.
See,
Damn.
a lot of people don't know, but I do a lot of my thinking in my car.
Okay.
Like a lot of my thinking. When I was younger, I would drive a lot.
Word.
And my mom got mad because I waste so much gas. But I mean, my dad was like, look, you're wasting so much gas, you got to put gas in the car. I'm like, all right, cool. But when I'm having like trouble and stuff like that, I'll just drive in my car.
Kev,
Put
that's
some
what
music,
you do.
Put some music on, listen to what I need to listen to, a little smooth oldies or something, or even something new, like just whatever. But have the windows down, listen, like, and just think about what I need to do or something like that, or the situation that I'm in. And a lot of my decisions have been made in my car.
That's
so,
crazy.
so I'm just like, all right. But yeah, that's the reason why I like to keep my car clean. Like,
For
I
sure.
love to drive. Like, even like I went to Vegas like 2 years ago, and my girlfriend's like, "Do you want me to drive?" It was like a 14-hour drive. I'm like, "No, I'm good." Driving all the way there and back. Like, I'm good.
I'm thinking that one time you drove to Cali.
Yeah.
That car must have been dirty.
Oh, it's just like, dang, dude.
Good
my
times,
God.
Sil. I love you, bro. I love you.
Always,
Yes,
bro. Always love.
I thought of that, man. And what made me think of that is crazy how the universe works. My car was dirty up late, Sil. It was so dirty. My a piece of my engine broke. The what broke, Joe?
The radiator.
The radiator. Radiator broke. Spilt everywhere. True story, world. And my car was dirty. I think my car was like, bruh, clean me. Like, I really, now that I look hindsight, I think it was like, clean me. So I got it fixed, radiator. Shout out to my buddies at the station up on the local gas station. But I got JG Mobile Car Detailing to come out. Shout out JG. Love you guys so much. They came out. 2 kids that went to Springfield High.
Yeah.
And, bruh, killed it. Cleaned the Jeep top to bottom. They said, Des, give us the key. Come back in like 3-4 hours. And bruh, you're right. What I just read to us, man, I felt like a new man. I was driving different. One finger on the wheel, talking louder.
Laid
back. Seat back. I'm like, yo, what's
Not even laughing right, just and that little smooth laugh.
But you inspired that because I thought of you. I was like, Silman goes to the car wash probably once
a week, bro.
Once a week.
Once a week.
And I usually try to comment when you post it because I love seeing that. I do. And I'm like, man, I said, Silman, so let me give myself a fresh start and then I'm going to start trying to keep up with it.
Yeah. No, I do it once a week. And even then, it's just like something to do, bro. It takes my mind off of things, you know?
Right.
Like, it's just like, even then, my car's pretty big. So it's like, it's not like I'm just washing it and leaving. I'm, inside. And like I said, it's just different, bro. Riding in the car with like your favorite music on, your car's clean, it makes you feel different.
It does.
Yeah.
Same with your house.
Exactly.
Clean your house, y'all. Having a clean room, clean house
Exactly.
clears your headspace. I promise you. Try it. It's going to work.
And it gets you moving too.
Get you moving.
So the more you move, I mean, you're working for something. So,
I always love that about you, Sil. When you post that car, you be up 10 at night doing it. I'll be like, damn, Sil. Oh, shoot.
scared watching my back.
You up here off Mohawk.
I'm like washing it quick, just take a picture. I'm like, all right, we gotta go. People
walking by.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, bro, you can't trust these people out here around that time.
Sil, what with that knowledge there, what would you tell yourself in the past, freshman you, if you could go back in time, what's something you would tell yourself, advice you would give yourself?
I would tell myself to slow down. Slow down, take in everything around you, and just stop being mad at the world. The world for me, it was me against the world, but in reality, there was nobody out there trying to be against me, And it's just like a lot of the things that I did was because, the decisions I made. And so, like, make better choices too. Like, even then, like, just me being out here the way I expressed myself back then is just the way that I would never think about expressing myself now.
Gotcha.
So for me, I would just say slow down, be kinder, be a better person. So
I think for me, I love that. I really do. That fits everything we've been talking about with you. I think for me, I would have said, believe in myself. That's for me. I had times where I didn't. I relied on other things, or I did everything but believe in Desmond. Believed in everybody else, loved everybody else, but I had to learn to really believe and love myself. Like, I think that's what I would tell myself. Just believe in Desmond. Just try it out. Take those risks. There's so many risks I wish I would have tried that now. I mean, I'm taking them now, but looking back, I'm like, boy, go do that. Exactly. You deserve it. You know, man.
Or just looking back and just seeing yourself and being like, damn, why did I do that? You
right.
know? And even then, like my dad always told me, respect will get you farther than anything. And it's true. It's 100% true. There's times where, you know, I've always been respectful to people. And like a lot of people, that's why you don't really hear like, oh, who's Silman beefing with? Nobody. You know, who, like, how many bad experiences have you heard that I had with somebody? Right. Like nobody, like none, you know, and like being respectful just, it just makes you move different. It does. And it makes people around you move different too.
Absolutely.
You know? So.
That's what I learned. Just my dad said something similar too. He would always tell me, I've said this in my walk and talk months ago, but he was like, you never know who's an angel. And that always stuck with me. Yeah. And I got to tell you, I've had so many times where like, just because I was kind to somebody else or respectful or anything, someone they knew was doing something I needed help with. Yeah. I mean, I had one example, nice lady I would see all the time. Always saying hi, vibing with her. And then who was it? Her daughter. Yeah, her daughter came in. Some big person for Nike. And just, I love wearing Nike shoes and stuff. That's whatever you need, I got you. I'll help you out. It's just like, that's just an example of just being kind to somebody, how it comes around.
Oh, 100%. I've had multiple times where I've been out on like dates and stuff, and I'd go out to like restaurants, and somebody that I know has been there and be like, hey, you know, I'll give you 30% off. Here you go. Like, why? It's like, oh, because you're nice to me, bro. See. Or like people being like, you've always been, you know, cool with me. Or you've always like moved different. You've always respected me as a person.
Well, still and because how you move, like, this sounds crazy, but like, it makes me more excited to help you. Like when we cross paths, I'm like looking at you like, how can I help Silman? Like I get eager off your energy. I'm like, bet, what can I do to support this guy? Anything.
And it doesn't cost a lot to be nice or a nice person. And like a lot of people think that like it just takes, for me, it's so much energy being negative.
It's exhausting, dude.
Like I can't.
Have you tried it? Like tried being negative?
Bro, I was negative my entire teenage life.
Okay, yeah, so I tried it. It's exhausting.
It's so hard. Like
I had a gray hair, everything. Exactly, it was terrible.
Bro. And it's just like now that I'm older, I look back, I'm like, damn, bro, you're hella dumb. It's wasting so much time on something like that. And it's just like, for me, like, I don't even want to be negative around, like, just people in my house either, you know? Like, somebody negative comes along, I'm just like, oh, bro, you got to leave. Like, I'm sorry. Absolutely. Like, it's not worth it. And for me, spending so many times, like so much time being like, it's me against the world. It's just like, no, it's not.
No, it's
just
not.
Me and my girl.
For sure, though. For sure.
So I'm just like, nah, bro. And then I just come to realization that a lot of the problems that I had was because of the decisions I made. And that's like decision making, like regardless, there's always consequences to it, whether it's good or bad.
Right. So accountability is huge for us.
I took a huge step in accountability for myself. And that made me into a better person. Gotcha. Like just simply just being like, you know what? This was my fault. And just taking aim at that made me there just like literally be like, you know what? I don't really got a problem with this anymore. Right. And just move along and go to the next step.
It's so empowering, man. It's so empowering. Just accountability, still for real. What on that topic? Giving others, I put this on the board. Giving others flowers. Why do you think people hate on each other more than instead of appreciation? Like, why is it so hard for people just to give someone their flowers? I'm gonna give you your flowers all day, every day. Like, thank you, bro. I mean, real talk. It's same here. Thank you. Always, it's an honor, bro. Dude. Like, you're a real one, man. I'm blessed to have you here. Why do you think it's hard for people to look and be like, that woman, that man deserves their flowers? Why do you think they choose hate?
I think it's a self-reflection because it's one of those things where if you sit there and be like, this guy's doing better than me, I'm going to hate on him. Because it's easier to hate than to be like, you know what, bro? It's an ego thing when it comes to it. Like, you know, it takes a lot of ego to like come up to you and be like, you know what? Nah, you're not better than me. But if I sit here and you're doing better than me, I'm like, bro, I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Like a lot of people, especially us guys, we can't really say that because we think that we're gonna look smaller or we're not gonna look as manlier, you know. And so for me, it's just like I don't care. My friends are doing good. I'd rather them do good than do bad. Like why? Like I can't feed off of that. I can't feed off of like negative energy and being like, no, I hope your business fails. Like who? How would it look like if I was like, oh, Dez has his podcast. Now I hope that doesn't go good.
Man.
Like no, bro. That's a reflection of myself. It's not. You're doing good. That's literally a reflection on myself.
Gotcha.
And that's what I think personally. I think it's you can't say anything nice because you're sitting there and comparing yourself.
For sure.
So I mean, I've talked to my girl about it. We've had some social media breaks, you know, because we feel like we go into it or we're looking at other people's lifestyle and be like, why can't we be like that?
Right.
Or damn, like, oh, well, I hope their trip is bad. And then we realize we're just doing this because now we're jealous that they're going there, you know? And we don't do that. We don't hate on other people, but it's just like, it's a natural reaction. Someone does something good. You're like, you could have been better.
Oh yeah.
You
You could pull your phone up and think you need to be in Japan tomorrow. Just
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, you went to Japan? Well, I went here. You know, this is little kid stuff. So like, I think it's a self-reflection.
I agree. I agree. I was going to say that insecurity is just things you know instinctively or inherently you should be attempting at, and maybe that's just a reminder that you're like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
It is. People just it bugs me. It bugs me, dude. Like give people their flowers. There's good people out here trying to do honest stuff, and it's like hand them their flowers, man. It bugs me, dude. Some people just be haters, Sil.
Big time.
Haters.
And then something happens, and all of a sudden, he was my friend.
Huh.
Oh, we did so much together. I'm like, bro, you weren't even there when I needed you. Like,
Man. Chris Tucker said when he did Friday and he got rich, he said half his family quit their jobs and said, we rich.
Yeah.
He said, you better go get your jobs back. I'm rich. Y'all got to keep going. Because I knew what y'all was saying.
Yep,
Like,
exactly.
man.
Like, I'll help you. But I'm not going to hand it to you.
Absolutely.
Anything handed over is not worth having.
And it's like, man. I hear the whispers, man. It bugs me still sometimes. Yeah. It does, but
you can't let it get to you, though. I mean, that's their own issues. You can't sit there and be like, you know what? Because them talking is not gonna come here, and they're not gonna do this with you. Right. You know, they're not gonna sit, especially like the two guys behind right now. Mm-hmm. They're helping you with the audio and all this. They're not gonna come back here. Let me help you. Absolutely. All they're gonna hate. Absolutely. I always say people can talk. It's not going to pay my bills. You can talk all you want, but I'm still going to sleep in the same bed. I'm going to wake up, have that breakfast that I've been wanting. I'm going to have my beautiful girl with me. I'm going to have the job that I have, and I'm going to have the place that I have. Just because you talk nothing's going to change it. Your talk is not going to pay my bills.
So true.
It is what it is.
It is. It is. Do you, with that notion, you ever have like frenemies?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, bud. Me too, brother. Me too. Frenemies. Oh, gotta love them. Gotta love them. You know how that be.
It's funny. There's this one homegirl. We met a long time ago, and she never liked me. I never liked her. We both made it very clear. One time, it's so bad. My ex was like, yeah, she got in a car accident. They hit her from the back. I'm like, oh, damn. Did she get hurt? Like, no. I was like, damn. And so, like, I hated her. I did not like her. She did not like me.
Gotcha.
She tried to break us up, all that type. And now we're friends.
Now y'all cool.
Now we're friends, but we still talk smack to each other.
For sure.
So it's just like, it's there, but it's just like,
man.
Yeah, it's funny. Shout out to her, though. It's funny.
It's fun. Adversity will build the biggest friendships or relationships. Yep. Adversity, man.
Yep.
Sometimes I do be saying you don't really know someone until you either live with them or you go through some crazy stuff with them.
Yep,
and you see how they be.
Exactly.
Shoot. Yeah, you got to go through some adversity.
Yeah, my dad always said your friends come when you're in the hospital. That's when you know when your real friends are going to be there.
In the hospital?
Yep. When you're in the hospital, your real friends are going to come and see you.
Most def.
Yep. So.
Dang. Sheesh. I ain't been in the hospital for a while, but my boys ready. Man, I tell you, frenemies, I tell you, I have one where I just knew they was talking. I knew.
Yeah.
And I just confronted him straight up. And I was like, look, what are we doing? I'm just having a bad day, man. Bad times.
Yeah.
And you know, like I love talking with you. I got that substance to them. Communication is key, and now they just a friend. It's all good. I was like, man, I hear you talking. What's going on? Like, what's really happening in life? Let's sit down and have coffee. Oh man, appreciate that, man.
And it's communication. Back to communication.
And right back to
It
it.
solves it every time.
Every time.
It's yo, like you talking crap. Okay, what's wrong?
Right.
And you took it better than other people because other people will be like, "You're talking crap. Let's get down."
Yeah.
You know, you're like, "What's
or
wrong?"
Or Twitter fingers. We gonna
Exactly.
talking.
And so it's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Well, I'm going through this. All right, talk to me about it."
For real.
Communication. That's it.
It's a beautiful thing. And you know, energy don't lie. I know you know that energy don't lie. So I didn't even go into it aggressively. It was just like I literally going to talk with you, and we're gonna try to solve this puzzle real quick and call it good. So it's for sure. Seal, I also jump into another subject that I love about you. I thank you, man. 2019, you walked into my job, and I'm gonna remind you this story. It was my mom's 50th birthday coming up. They were going to Cancun. My dad sprung that trip on me. I got to thank you for this. And I remember God must have just put you coming in because you came in and something told me to talk to you. And I was like, look, man, my dad sprung this trip on me. He needs this X amount of money for me to go. And I wasn't going to do it. I was holding my money like this. I wasn't trying to spend it. And you said to me, you said, experiences last forever. Your materials won't.
Yep.
And that always stuck. And I thank you because I went on that trip, my mother's 50th birthday. I was not going to go. And because you said that and because we talked, you said, go, man, go. And I heeded that. And I thank you, man.
Always, bro. Experiences are everything. I worked in the caregiving field for 8 years, and I learned a lot. I've heard a lot of stories about, you know, just old people that are there. And it's taught me that, you know, like, just experiencing new things will stick with you no matter what.
For sure.
Money's always going to be there. If you're working, whether it's a small check or a big check or a medium check, it's always going to be there. So like you might as well just do what you want to do, you know, and it's your life, you know. You can't just sit here and be like if I tell you life is what you make it, like, okay, it's a saying, life is what you make it. But if you put in depth, life is literally what you make it. Literally. If you want a boring life, you have a boring life. If you want an exciting life, you can make one. It's kind of like Will Smith said, you know, like whether you can or you can't, you're right. You wanted to, you know, like if you can't do it, you tell yourself you can't do it, you're right. But if you tell yourself you can.
Dang.
And like to me, that's always been something because I grew up, like I said, my family came from like a very poor place. And so we understand that we can't take our stuff with us.
Gotcha.
And I feel like a lot of Mexican households talk about this a lot. But it's just one of those things where it's like, you can buy every pair of Jordans, but what's that going to bring you?
For sure.
It's just going to, you know, it's going to have all that space in your room. That's it.
Right.
You can wear them, you can look fly, but it's not going to bring you the excitement or happiness you want. I've been like, I need a PS5. I want this PS5. I told my girl, hey, I want a PS5. She surprised me with the PS5. That's what's and up. It's kind of just sitting there now. You know, like, thank you, baby. I appreciate it. But where's the excitement I had when I was looking for it? Right. But now we're going to California. We're going to a Dodger game. I'm like, it's a lot of money, babe. Like, but it's an experience that we need to have. And we're making memories together because now when I get older and I have my kids, hey, Dad, have you ever been to a baseball game? Yeah, I took your grandpa once. Because what if, God forbid, happens, you know, my dad doesn't get to see my grandkids.
For sure.
I took your you know, like just like how it happened with me and my grandpa.
Right.
Oh, your grandpa took his dad. I took my dad. And now, you know, you can take me or something. Even then, it's just like you never know what happens. God forbid something happened, you know, hopefully nothing ever happens and wishing so much life to your mom. But what if something would have happened on the trip? You would have been far away.
Can't do nothing.
Exactly.
Can't see him. Can't.
And I learned that because my grandma passed away and I couldn't do anything. I saw my mom crying, wailing on the phone, and that's how she saw her mom. Is just over the phone. That's it. We attended my grandpa's funeral 2 years ago through FaceTime.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, it's just those experiences. Like, you could possibly have a different experience than I can, but it's still an experience.
Because of your words, I had that. Like, to this day, I can still go on this right here and look and laugh and smile and be like, yeah, we did that.
Exactly.
And I have to thank you for that, G, because
Always, bro.
that is, you're right. It's forever. It's cemented. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, it's real talk.
Always. I like to keep it real with my friends, even if
Straight
it hurts or if they don't want to hear it. It's just kind of like, hey, bro,
Man.
I understand you're working, but you need to take care of yourself first before you take care of everything else.
And still, your words and teaching, I passed that to my cousin, Derek Lang.
Yeah,
Derek
yeah.
Lang ain't never left
Shout
the
out
country.
Derek.
Shout out Derek. He ain't ever left the country. And he was
Really?
doing the same as me, holding the money.
Yeah.
I said, look, bro, it's your birthday. You know, you hit a milestone. Let's go to Mexico, man.
Yeah.
It's same advice. I said, the money will find its way back. It'll figure it out.
Yup.
This brother's holding the money. Shoot, hey, when we got to Mexico, brother was throwing the money. He was
I saw the videos.
You saw the videos?
I saw the videos.
Man, we had a good time. And then you know, now he's hitting me every week. Hey, Cuddy, what we doing next? Where we going?
Exactly. It's an experience.
Yeah.
It's like with your family, you know? And it's just, like I said, you can't take the materialistic things with you, but you can definitely take all those like memories and stuff like that. And even look back at it like, hey, we just did. Remember that time you got drunk at the party and I saved you? That's an experience.
It's an experience.
So it's just like,
And I learned from it. Sheesh. But yes, you're right. Experience is the best teacher. It's the
Yup.
best teacher. You can have as many textbooks and stuff. You got to go through things and learn them.
exactly. I always used to tell my dad that because they'd always try to save us from like situations, be like, oh, here's this money for this and here's that. And I always tell them, you know, let me fall from time to time. Because what if my kids are in the same situation? What am I going to tell them? Oh, I don't know what to do because your grandpa saved me.
Absolutely.
So I was just like, you know, I know that I'm your kid and you don't want to see me fail, but you got to let me fail.
For
You
sure.
got to let me hit the ground because what am I going to tell my kids?
For sure.
You know?
It's key, man. Love it, Sil. Dropping gems, man. Dropping gems. At the last question for you, brother, on that. You been back on the workout game, man. How's that been?
I've been going slowly. We've been doing it little by little, but I've been losing a lot of weight from my new job for sure.
Yeah, you went to construction?
Yeah, went to construction, lost like 15 pounds in like 2-3 weeks.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot. And now I'm getting back into, shout out to FS, working out in FS and stuff like that.
Oh, you've been back at FS?
I haven't been back yet, but I'm going to.
Going to.
Yeah, I'm going to go
shout out
back. I was in a car accident 2 years ago, messed up my shoulder, my back, my hip, but they didn't even let me run. I couldn't even run. So like 7-8 months without working out. I gained a lot of weight. Heaviest I ever been.
How was that on your mental?
Bad.
Is that when you were worried about the stairs? You was getting tired?
I was depressed. I was so depressed because working out was my outing, you know, punching the bag, working out, lifting weights. But I mean, I stuck it through.
Still, I feel you. When I broke my leg, I was sick, man. Yeah. Laid up. I get it.
I hated it.
The worst.
I can't just be someone who sits there and like does nothing. You know, I have my lazy days, but I gotta go do something real quick.
For sure. You gotta stay moving, stay going.
Exactly. Move my fingers even if I'm playing video games.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. No, I feel you. I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, stagnant. You'll rust up.
Yep.
You'll rust up. It's the toughest thing. Well, you got any last questions for me or anything? We hitting that 2-hour mark, so.
Oof. Time went by fast.
When you have a good time, it tends to do that. When you have a good time.
What's the best memory we had together?
That we have?
Yeah.
Shoot. I was going to say the party. Honestly, man, I think just really the 2019, you coming into my job.
Yeah.
I think that's an accumulation of our friendship. I think you just came in at a crucial time. That's a forever thing. Nobody can take that away. I could delete all the pictures, videos. No one can take that away, as you said. And I think that meant a lot. I know you say a lot, like, I've done things for you. Yeah, sure, cool. But you did a huge thing for me. Yeah. And I appreciate that. 2 times. Saved me and got me on the trip. So
I always got you, bro.
2 times, man. 7-year difference on those 2. And, I appreciate that. Yeah. And I think just anytime I link up with you is a great time. And you are, like I said, you're an anchor in my life. I can call you and I know you're Silman. I can call Silman and it's the same convo, same laugh, same smile.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say that's my fondest memory is just that tool you gave me. Because it's a forever tool. I can use it.
If you had one question or one thing to tell the world, what would you tell them?
Tell the world?
Yeah.
Two things. Believe in you and love others like you love yourself.
There you go.
That'd be the two
That's
things for sure. Oh, and subscribe to Garage Talks 5417 podcast.
Always.
That part. So you going to LA, you plan on traveling anywhere? You get a passport? You got your passport?
Yeah. I'm about to get my passport.
Come on, let's go. I'm going.
I want to go back to Mexico for a little bit.
Bet.
Yeah, go over there, hang out, and stuff.
I go with you.
I got to see my family first, and then I'm going vacation.
I was going to say, meet me at the resort right quick. I'll let you do the family thing.
I got to go see my family real quick.
For sure.
And do all that. Hopefully this year, just get my health back in line and stuff like that. Always working on the relationship with my girl.
Absolutely.
Love her to death. Shout out to her.
Shout out. Wonderful lady you got back there chilling with us. Wonderful person.
And just being a better person, not only for me, for her, but my future family.
Absolutely.
So hopefully be the best that I can be.
Well, my favorite models is you got to be the best Silman before you're the best anything else. That's one of my favorite.
Always, bro.
I'm going to ingrain that in everybody. You got to take care of you right quick.
Always. You can't take care of other people if you're not taking care of yourself.
For real.
So that's one thing I learned in caregiving for sure.
Yeah, I don't want you in war if you ain't ready. You know,
Exactly.
I need to know I'm going to live through this with you. You know, I need to know. Kind of like Leonidas in 300. He told Lil Man, he said, look. You ain't ready.
You're cool, but let's kick it later.
Yeah, you can't pick that shield up, you know.
100%. You always got to stay ready, 10 toes down.
Absolutely.
And no matter what life throws at you, you always got to look at the solution, never the problem.
Absolutely.
Always.
Absolutely. Any concerts you going to coming up? I know you be going to all the little concerts sometimes. Do you ever go out?
We were planning to go back to Vegas for a little concert for the EDC one.
Oh, for real?
I'm not a big raver, but it's always been like a cool thing to go to, you know?
Right.
But I wanted to check out Peso Pluma. I think I'm in my Tio era.
Ooh, okay.
You know, Los Tigres del Norte came up to Portland, and I was like, damn, I want to go.
Man.
So a lot of the old school Mexicans, you know, shout out to the Mexicans, you know what
shout out. How you feeling about like traditional Mexican music making that big comeback?
I love it. I love the fact that, you know, growing up, we never had that like that thing to look up to, be like, oh, I want to be like him, like a Mexican guy. And now that, you know, Mexico's taking over a lot of like the music charts, sports, boxing, stuff like that. It makes me proud to be Mexican 100%.
100%.
And it's always like for, like I said, we're proud people.
Right.
We've always been proud people, and you can't just tell me, oh, you're American. Like, no, bro, I'm Mexican American. Like, that's me.
Absolutely.
You know? Like, I'm always going to stand up for my Mexican people, and I'm always going to ride for them no matter what.
And don't y'all got the World Cup next year or something?
I think we do. I don't know. I haven't looked into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but
yeah, no, Mexico popping for sure. That's awesome, man.
We're definitely going there. I always say fight like a Mexican, 100%. Ruthless.
I love it, man. I love it. That's true. That's true. Some of the hardest working people I ever met. That's for sure. I told you I was painting. I said I need a lunch break. But still, I appreciate you, man. You really dropped some gems today. This episode is gonna be it's gonna be lit, man. It's gonna be lit.
Shout out, thank you. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you for having me.
For sure.
I appreciate it.
For sure, man. It's really an honor. And we're gonna have you back. I always try to have prior guests come back with another prior guest, and we just talk about whatever. So, we're gonna have you back for sure, man.
I got you guys. Let me know when.
Yeah, you know my Addy. You know what's up, man. But yeah, Sil, thank you. I gotta shake your hand real quick.
Always.
Love you too, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Always.
Well, we closing out, world. As you know, another great episode. Silman Estrada right here, dropping gem after gem after gem. And it's an honor to have this guy and a blessing. So we thank you for listening, watching, and just being here with us. It's always a good vibe at Garage Talks 5417 podcast. And as you know, as your host, Desmond Reynolds, we out of here. Bless up, y'all.